Welcome, everybody. Hold on, I don't know how to blow my face up so y'all can see me, but welcome, everybody. Here we go. Let's see. Boom, here I am. Okay, so you guys, let's jump in. If you've never been in my masterclass before, understand that I have slides, but most of the time I'm really just going to talk. Okay, I'm just going to talk to you. I'll go through the slides, but this is not going to be like a lecture. This will be the best masterclass you've ever been to in your whole life. So, you guys, if you didn't know, I'm Ashley Pickens. Let's do this YouTube intro that I do on all the videos. I'm Ashley Pickens, you guys. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. You guys, I've been in real estate since 2006. I got licensed in 2006 as a real estate agent. I was 21. I guess you can do the math on that I got licensed in 2006. I've been a real estate agent. I've been a real estate broker over an entire firm. And for the last maybe 8 years, 9 years, I've been auctioning properties at the courthouse. I have labeled myself your auction mama. I am the person that says going once, going twice, sold at the courthouse here in Shelby County, Memphis, Nashville, Mississippi. I'm your girl. That's what I do. So I auction off foreclosures. And I started kind of making videos, even though I know we're not talking about auctions tonight. Just let me have my moment, please. Okay. Oh, y'all tell me where you're from. If you don't mind, drop it in the chat. I love to see where y'all are from. Let me know while I do my little spill. Tell me where you're from. So I started auctioning off properties and I started seeing great deals, right? Here in Memphis, we have the same 4 or 5 people who bid at the auction, and they've been going for years. And I always heard before I became an auctioneer about properties going up for auction, right? But you don't know anything about, you hear like they auction off properties at the courthouse steps, but you be like, what properties? What time? How much they cost? You don't know anything about auctions, right? Most people don't. So I just started making videos and hosting master classes, and here we are. Here we are. My community has grown. Shout out to everybody who's been to my master class before, tunes into YouTube, or, I appreciate you. And our community has grown. So here we are. And now I just, talk about foreclosures. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I see Detroit, Florida, Pasadena, Maryland. So we got East Coast, West Coast, everything. So that is what it is about me. So let's jump in. Tonight we're talking about pre-foreclosures and bank-owned properties. We got Georgia, Houston. Georgia and Houston, y'all's auctions are the first Tuesday of the month. That's when y'all auction. First Tuesday of the month, right? Can y'all see my screen? Y'all know what I say on YouTube. If you can see my screen blink. But yes, can we all, somebody tell me y'all can see my screen? Yes, yeah. Blink, thank you. Thank you, Brandy and
Yes.
Natalie. Thank you. All right, Paula, that sound like you. I heard your voice.
Yes, yes.
Shout out to everybody who is in here from the mentorship. I see y'all. I already told you I was gonna bust you out if I see you. Shout out to everybody in here from the mentorship. So let's get started, you guys. Memphis, Tennessee. Whoop, whoop. Okay, you guys, here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. So I already told y'all about me. I told y'all I have slides, but there's really not. I already introduced myself to y'all. I did win Realtor of the Year in 2014. So auctioneer, I've auctioned off probably at this point, I don't know how many homes I've auctioned off. The cheapest one being $500. The cheapest property I have auctioned off is $500. And I didn't have anybody at the auction to buy it. Y'all have heard that story before. Nobody was there to buy my property for $500 because the opening bid came out so late and I had to call somebody and I was like, bring me $501 right now. So yeah, everybody asks what's the cheapest. $500 is the cheapest. So should I ask? I always ask that question, you guys. What do you do? Because y'all be like, Ashley, stay with the slides. If you know me, I'm not going to stay with the slides. What do you do if you pick up a property for $500? Y'all know the answer. A lot of y'all know the answer. What is the game plan? all my investors, all my wholesalers are going to answer this. What do you do with a property that you get for $500? And it was a hood property, y'all. It was like, you know, it was rough. It needed a lot of work. If you got a property for $500 and it needed a lot of work, what would you do with it? Put it in the chat, because I know y'all want to, like, just drop it in the chat and I'll see what you say. Boop, boop, there it is. Wholesale, flip it, wholesale it, flip it. Yep, that's what she did. She got it. Y'all know. She got it for $500, did not touch that property. I don't even think she went in it. Flipped it to an investor for $19,000. Flipped it and boom, made a quick $18,500. Boom, that's what you do. And that's what you do. So let's hold on. We got to make sure everybody's on mute. Y'all mute yourselves. So let's talk about what's going on right now in the housing market with foreclosures and why they are important right now. So I don't have any 2025 data, but let's look at 2024. Okay. So in 2024, we had 28,632 US properties had foreclosure filings on them. Okay. I always say this, you guys, y'all gonna be like, Ashley, I don't even know why you make slides. The foreclosure process, you guys, if you don't know how it works, it's 3 major phases. Most of y'all can say this with me. 3 phases in the foreclosure process, okay? Usually a homeowner gets behind on their mortgage about 3 months. That lender will file the notice of default. That's the first filing. The second filing, the auction will be scheduled. The third filing, the bank will repossess the house. 3 filings when it comes to the foreclosure process. Y'all with me? Yes. Cool. Let's keep going. I know my screen is going to be like, Ashley, stop going back and forth. But, so the process, yeah, Ayo person, he is not on mute. So, in 2024, 28,632 US properties had foreclosure filings on them. They were somewhere in the process. Lenders started the foreclosure process on 253,000 properties in 2024. That means that first notice went out. They got behind on their mortgage and they filed the first notice. Lenders repossessed 36,505 properties through foreclosure. It's supposed to be in 2024. Completed foreclosure is what we call an REO. We are talking about tonight, okay? And states that had the greatest number of REOs in 2024. Let me know if you see your state on here. Just put a little flame in the chat box. Michigan had 2,629 REO properties. California, we knew California, they always going to be at the top of a list, had 3,466 REOs. Pennsylvania, 2,828. Illinois, 2,858. And Texas, 2,501 REOs for the month of 2024. And I know all of y'all are like, well, we didn't know. I live in Michigan and California and Pennsylvania. Where do we find REOs? I got you. Just keep watching the slide. I got you. So a little bit, because I know when you watch the news, well, not lately, but usually when you watch the news, you don't ever hear about foreclosures or people being behind on their mortgage. And, you know, everybody's just eating pink Starburst and jumping through sunflower fields when you watch the news. But let's talk about what's been going on. February 2023, we had 3.8 million homeowners behind on their mortgage. We had 6.3 million renters behind on rental payments. That was February 2023. This is February 2024. 4.5 million homeowners behind and 5.3 million renters behind as well. That was February of last year. Let's keep going. Let's see if the numbers improved. December, like if this is February, December, like a couple months ago, December, 4.8 million homeowners were behind and 5.9, almost 6 million renters were behind on their rent 2 months ago. You guys, they have not, for some reason, HUD has not put out their numbers for 2025 yet. No January numbers, no February numbers. I don't know if they're just too high. They don't even want to put the numbers out anymore. So And latest Black Knight just came out and said foreclosure starts were up 50% in December. Foreclosure starts. I know y'all have not heard that on the news, but I think anybody living right now can tell people are struggling, right? Grocery store prices are high. Every time you look up, they talk about somebody getting laid off. You know, everything is high. I posted in my last YouTube video the food pantry line here, and it's like 2 miles long, our food pantry line. People waiting in line to get food. Foreclosures are up 50%, you guys. So I'm glad you happen to come to this masterclass about foreclosures, right? Because it sounds like we have over 10 million people that have not paid for housing. This slide says all year. In reality, we've had this many people behind on housing payments since COVID. So we have plenty of people. I talk to people all the time who have not paid their mortgage in 4 years since COVID. So for this slide should say we have over 10 million people that have not paid for housing in 4 years. Okay. So just so you're aware. And a lot of people, so I don't ever want to be insensitive when I talk about foreclosure, because it might be people on here. I know there's people on here who maybe in 2008 lost their home to foreclosure or something like that. So you know me, if you know me, I'm not trying to be insensitive. But what I will say is in real estate, it's a circle. I call it the circle of life, right? People buy houses, people sell houses, and people lose their house. That is how we function. That's how our real estate market functions, okay? We have not foreclosed on people. So it's like this part of our circle has been stopped, right? It has been stopped. Is there everybody put your phone on mute? Look, put it on mute. So Taryn Duhan.
Have to go fucking back to the store.
Taryn over there going off on somebody. Everybody put your mute screens on mute, please. I was trying to see how I mute everybody. But anyway, you guys, let's keep going. So right now, we have not foreclosed on people in 4 years, you guys. And now I'll get it. I will say this. I understand during COVID, right? People didn't have money to pay for their mortgage, right? People didn't have it. We needed a break from all that. But we also think of the consequences when people don't pay their mortgage for 4 years, okay? Like it's, what happens to those people? People just sitting in houses and have not paid, right? And probably are never going to catch up. So you guys, let me check the chat because I see y'all talking. Hold on. Hover over the person and the buttons and then click the mute. You can mute them under participants. Yes, that's what happens when people not paying. Right. Okay, you guys, you're right. I'll see if if it happens again, I'll hover over it and mute them, okay? Thanks, you guys. Y'all are great. So let's keep going so we can get in and figure out what we should do or how you can be involved in this process, because I'm not going to use the word capitalized, but you know what I mean, you guys. How you can pick up a foreclosure or something like that. So today we're talking about pre-foreclosures and REOs. You see I put little hearts next to auctions since y'all don't want me to talk about that. We still have to show love to auctions, but today's focus is on pre-foreclosures and REO properties, okay? So let's jump in. Oh, hold on. You know I got a little... You know, you can't give me anything new. Once I learn something, I'm just going to run it into the ground, right? So y'all know I always have a good little story time. So we make this easy and simple for y'all to understand it. So meet David, you guys. David is a small business owner. I'm about to take y'all through this process of foreclosure and make it easy and understandable for you all. David is a small business owner who struggled after the rise in interest rates, right? And increased cost of running his business, which I think we are going to see a lot of that in the coming months and years, right? He fell behind on his mortgage payments by 3 months, you guys, and received a certified letter from the bank notifying him of potential foreclosure. Okay, so he is behind. David is behind. They have not filed that notice of default yet, but he is behind and they're sending paperwork and calling him and letting him know that, David, you behind. You in danger, David. Pre-foreclosure. So let's talk about what that is. Homeowners who have missed mortgage payments, but the property has not yet been auctioned. Okay. So you are behind on your mortgage. You might have an auction date, right? But you're not there yet. That is pre-foreclosure. Homeowner still owns the property. This is something that I feel like a lot of y'all have trouble sometimes, or you're not sure of. The homeowner still owns the property, but it's in default, right? The lender has notified them of the delinquency. I always ask, who owns this house? The homeowner, right? The homeowner still is the decision maker on this house. David was unsure of his options. David looking sad. Now, you guys, I can't find the same picture of the same man. So just pretend every picture that pops up is David, okay? So David was unsure of his options and didn't communicate with his lender, which is everybody that I talk to. They do not, I don't know. And you guys, if you work with people in foreclosure or if you find yourself in foreclosure, y'all talk to your lender. Pick up the phone, talk to them, communicate with them, find out what's going on with these banks are trying to work with people, you guys. They are not trying to foreclose if they don't have to. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The lender started the foreclosure process and David had to make some tough choices. You guys, that's David's tough choices face right there. So let's talk about it. Where do we find pre-foreclosures? Okay, because I know that's what y'all want to know. So here are some places that I think are, and who asked me at the beginning of the class? You asked me about how to find pre-foreclosures and do you need to find the trustees and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk about it. So Zillow, a lot of times Zillow will put the properties in pre-foreclosure or in foreclosure. Auction websites, you guys, and I'll go through these if you want me to go through these. Propwire, a lot of y'all, I always talk about Propwire. If you are familiar with PropStream, Propwire is the free version of it, right? PropStream costs $99. Propwire is the free version. It's a lead generation. You can find foreclosures. I will take you through this. I promise you guys. And foreclosure.com. That's another great way to find pre-foreclosures. County public notices. That's another great place to find pre-foreclosures. Now, when I say public notices, you're like, how do you find that, Ashley? A lot of times you can put in, like in Google, you can put in your county name and then public notice, right? I live in Shelby County. You can put in Shelby County public notices. Cook County. Sometimes you have to dig for them. The public notice is that announcement that the lender makes to everybody to let them know that this house is in foreclosure, right? And it's going to be auctioned off. If anybody's any interested parties, they are notified about the sale, okay? So a lot of times you can also check your county, what is it? Your Shelby County not Shelby County office, your county records and deeds office. You can find your public notices there too. You guys, I'm going to share something with y'all in the chat and let me know if you can see it when I drop it in the chat for you. David does look stressed, Timothy. You were right. David did look stressed. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to drop a link for you in the chat. Tell me if you can see it. Hold on, you guys. Boom. Let me know if you can see that. Somebody click on the chat and let me know if you can see that. Yay, you guys. There you go. So now you don't have to look for the county notices. Boom. I gave that to you. There you go. A little gift, a little Valentine's present from me to you. So let's keep going. Everybody still good? Everybody with me? Blink if you're with me. Okay, next up, this is what a public notice looks like. When you find it a lot of times, well, not everybody's, but this is Nashville's, right? You put in Nashville as Davidson County public notice. This is what pops up. This lets you know that the person basically is in foreclosure. You guys, if your name is on this list or if somebody you know is on this list, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if your name is on this list. Their first notice went out yesterday and their auction is on April. Usually it's 30 days. Usually the notice goes out 30 days before their auction. Okay, so these are pre-foreclosures. These are people you can send letters to. If you are looking for someone in pre-foreclosure and you want to maybe talk to them about buying their house, this is a way you can find it. Find those public notices and see, you'll see who is in foreclosure. Does that make sense to y'all? Don't worry, I'll go into even more detail. How do you reach out to homeowners in distress? Y'all always ask me this. Heads up really quickly, let me tell you, as I go through this, if I have a resource that will help you, I'll tell you what the resource is that'll help you. If I don't have anything to help you, I don't have anything to help you. But if I have something, I'll let you know that might help you. You know what I mean? So ways to reach out to homeowners in distress, okay? Direct mail. Everybody knows, if you follow me on any platform, that I send letters. I send letters to homeowners in foreclosure. So I send letters to all these people. I find our public notices and I will send them a letter and just let them know their options. You guys, that's something you can do. You can send direct mail. You can call them. I call people. Everybody knows that I cold call. You can also door knock. Everybody knows that I live in Memphis and I don't door knock. So, but those are ways to reach out to homeowners in distress. Let me stop sharing real quick. Because what I do want to say is, you guys, you see my big faces back in the screen. If you are reaching out to homeowners in distress, first of all, y'all be sympathetic, okay? I know when I talk to people, they tell me people are calling them, hounding them, knocking on their doors, all that kind of stuff. If you want to start reaching out to homeowners that are in foreclosure, you have to have a little bit of compassion, okay? Lead with, thank you, Jackie. Y'all know if you know me, you know. Lead with love, okay? It's not like your typical people who just want to sell because they want to sell and they're tired of their house and they're ready for a bigger house. These people are facing homelessness. They're about to lose their house. They probably stressed out. Their blood pressure is high. So just, have a little bit of compassion, okay? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Does that make sense to everybody? Are we in agreement on that? Because I know when foreclosures come, and they will come, some people are just not, y'all know what I'm gonna say, that bullying tactic, that intimidation tactic, y'all be nice. You know what I mean? Lead with love, right? It's a sensitive subject is what I would say. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. Yes. Yes. Agreed. How do you reach out? Look, I'm in the chat for a couple of seconds. How do you reach out since they have new updated guidelines? So I know people always are like, Ashley, what about the do not call list? What about this? Y'all, I'm not selling anything, right? I'm not selling anything to anybody. I'm just offering my assistance, right? The do not call is only active. Yeah, I'm not selling anything to anybody. When I reach out to them, I'm offering my assistance, letting them know their options, and whoop, there it is. So that's, but I know some people are just strictly calling just to, but as far as me, you guys, I'm just calling to offer my assistance. I'm not selling anything to them, if that makes sense, So those are ways that you can reach out, and there's other ways as well. How do you buy a pre-foreclosure? How do you buy that? You guys, like I said before, who is the decision maker? The homeowner is the decision maker when it comes to pre-foreclosures. So it's just like if you were to buy a for sale by owner, right? You deal with the homeowner, you can use traditional financing, FHA, conventional, VA, USDA. It's just like buying your typical home, your traditional home, okay? Now, if maybe they need some repairs, then maybe you can't go FHA, right? Or something like that. But if you talk to a homeowner, you can negotiate that deal and use financing. Unlike me at the auction, you guys, you got to have cash when you come see me at the auction, right? But we're not talking about auctions tonight. We're talking about pre-foreclosures and bank owned. So that is a better entry point for a lot of people. If you can't come to the auction, you can talk to the homeowner, right? And you can negotiate a deal with them, right? You can do all of those things. Now, let me give you a couple of tips before we start negotiating deals with homeowners, especially if they are in foreclosure and especially if they have an auction scheduled. Okay. And this goes to realtors too. If you're working with a homeowner that is in foreclosure, you guys make sure you talk to the bank, especially I'm talking about real estate realtors trying to list the property on the market. I see all the time houses come on the market and I know they're in foreclosure and I know they're on my auction schedule. Here in Shelby County, I will try to reach out to an agent if I see they put a house on the market and I know the house is in foreclosure. Because a lot of times agents don't even know. Like I've called agents, they just listed a house and I'm like, your client that you're listed, they're on my auction list for Friday. I'm auctioning off their house on Friday. And they'll be like, I didn't know. She said she was in foreclosure, but she said she didn't know when her auction date was. If you are working with a homeowner in foreclosure, you guys get a clear understanding of what's going on. If you're the real estate agent, try to talk to the mortgage company and ask them to postpone that auction. If you are a real estate agent and you're listing it on the market. And if you're just a regular buyer or investor, get an understanding of when the auction is, okay? Because you don't want to be in the middle of a deal and that house get auctioned off, okay? Okay. Even if you are buying a pre-foreclosure from someone or a home that's in foreclosure from the homeowner, still do all of your due diligence. Okay, you guys, don't let that the house is discounted stop you from doing what you're supposed to do, right? Get a home inspection, still get a title search, still do all of those things. If you are buying a pre-foreclosure, you guys, again, it's like the traditional home buying process. Contracts, home inspections, title search. You go to a closing company. The closing company is probably going to run that title search for you. It's just like the traditional home buying, but do not neglect your due diligence. Okay. That's all I'm saying. And I mean, even if it's a good deal and it needs some repairs, maybe you can negotiate that price a little bit more. Repairs don't always kill a deal, but you still need to know what's going on or what you're getting into. Okay. And then close the deal. You go to a title company, escrow company, they sign, you sign, boom, same exact process. Are y'all with me? Any questions? Any questions? I'm looking at the chat. Any question? Is it okay to offer just the amount owed? Anne Marie, I see you. Now, Anne Marie, if they take just the amount owed, you know what I mean? That's cool, whatever deal you negotiate. Now, most homeowners gonna want a little bit of money. You know what I mean? They're gonna want a little bit of proceeds in their pockets. But I guess if they're just like, you know what, I just need to get out of this. I don't want to go into foreclosure. I don't want a foreclosure on my credit. Just give me what I paid for it. Boom. Then yes, that will work, right? But most people kind of want a little bit of money. But if you can negotiate that, absolutely. That's why I had a title lien search prior to listing and ask for the last. Yep, Yvonne, good thinking. Good thinking. Any other questions? Ashley, do you have a resource with the available options? Other options. Monica, you have to elaborate on that question for me. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna move right along if y'all don't have any more questions. Look at me looking at the chat and not getting distracted. This is the first time for that. Marcus, question, can I call you on Monday? Marcus, what is the question? Can you put it in the chat? How do you perform a title search? Good question, Brandon. So on a pre-foreclosure, right? Like I said, it's your typical home buying process. You know, okay, and I don't want to neglect that maybe somebody has not purchased a house before, but you know, when you do a typical purchase and sale agreement, you send it to the title company and then they do the title search for you, right? So with pre-foreclosures, that's what you would do. You'd get it, they do the title search for you. It's like your typical closing. Now, I guess, Brandon, unless you're trying to like wholesale it or do something like that with it, then maybe that would be a little different. But ordinarily, it's just like your typical closing. The title company is going to do that, you know, run a title search for you, get you title insurance, all that kind of stuff, and have the papers drawn up, you know, record the deed for you, all that kind of stuff. Thank you. You are together. Oh, okay. Monica, I'm with you. So she was asking, when I reach out to people and I give them their options, what options do I give them? So you guys, y'all know me. If you know me, I'm completely transparent. There's so many options. Like the people can sell their home. Maybe if there's some kind of mortgage assistance in their city, I'll say, this is your assistance. Did you know these people offer assistance? Forbearance, modifications, all that kind of stuff, like the assistance to keep them from going into foreclosure. Short sale, you know what I mean? Sell it, all those kind of options. Monica, that's what I mean. Good question, you guys. And like I said, real estate agents talk directly to that lender if you're going to sell the property. Do not try to outrun an auction, you guys. Y'all, I have auctioned off properties that were pending. And if you're in real estate, you know what pending mean. I mean, they had a contract on it. A buyer was looking to buy it. The buyer was probably in their inspection phase. Do you know how mad a buyer would be if I was in the middle of buying a property, did a home inspection, had movers ready, and that house went up for auction? You know what I mean? Like, don't try to outrun an auction. If you're an agent working with a buyer in foreclosure, just get an understanding. Tell that homeowner to authorize you to talk to that lender and let them know that you're trying to sell it, and ask them to postpone that auction. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Do not try to outrun an auction, especially in the market that we are in now, where everybody's sitting on the market right now, which is probably going to be a problem for people who are in foreclosure and looking for a quick sale. If they're looking for a quick sale, then they're going to have to discount the price. Y'all know I start rambling when I start thinking of these things. But if they're in foreclosure and they're thinking I can just go ahead and put my house on the market and it'll sell real quick, depending on where you live, you sadly mistaken, right? Because these houses, days on market, and inventory is built. I think they said inventory is up 20% right now. So, just communicate. Because honestly, you guys, I see it. These lenders are not trying to foreclose on people. Not yet. Not yet. But it's coming. It is coming. So I told you, if I have something that will work for you, I will tell you. If I don't, I don't. But y'all know, if you've been following me, y'all know I do letters. I have letters. I have probate letters. If you want to reach out to properties, heirship properties. If you want to reach out to people in foreclosure, I got foreclosure letters. And if you want to reach out to abandoned and vacant homes, I got those too, you guys. Did y'all see my new, hold on, do I have it? Because y'all asked about this in the last one, you guys. I made door hangers for y'all. Door hangers, that one is in the Ultimate Outreach Bundle. So if you want door hangers, you got it. If you want my whole complete marketing step-by-step, what I do to reach out to homeowners, every single marketing method that I use, you can get the foreclosure marketing blueprint, and it comes with the letters, you guys. So I put the link in the chat. You guys just click on that. So any questions, you guys? Any questions before we get to talking about David and his home situation? Any questions? What is the difference between buying mobile homes versus single family homes? Sultan, GA distressed properties? The only difference I know is, like, a mobile home is a mobile home. And mobile, because I did auction off a mobile home like last week, right? And it was sitting on 2 acres. I feel like that's more common. Yeah, and the mobile home is personal property, but it's more common in maybe rural areas. I don't know, you guys. I don't deal with a lot of mobile homes. Like, I don't even sell mobile homes here in Memphis. I just happen to auction off one. I usually see single, but mobile homes do go into foreclosure. Let me be honest. Like I said, I auctioned off one, but I don't have that much experience with mobile homes. There was an article on the wholesale queen who was indicted. The short sale queen. I saw that. The short sale queen, Yolanda, in New York or New Jersey, on finding loss of wholesale or where to look, or we don't fall into situations like that. You talking about the short sale queen. I saw that one. What about commercial building and how much should offer the homeowner? Ooh, look at y'all. Y'all really want to, let me get through these slides, you guys. Let me get through these slides, and then I'm going to, y'all know, after the masterclass, and I will really dig in and really try to help y'all. What about commercial buildings? They go into foreclosure all the time too. You know what I mean? Commercial buildings, it's just different with, now maybe if a lot of times investment companies own commercial buildings, so you would just reach out to them. The commercial market is in the dumps right now, you guys. You can probably get a really good deal on commercial buildings. I'll show y'all some websites where you can find commercial foreclosures. I got you. Don't worry, I got you. Y'all keep the questions. Let me just get through these slides. You know, some people just come for the slides, okay? A lot of y'all come just to talk to me afterwards. So remember David. David is still struggling to pay his mortgage each month, you guys. David's 3 months behind on his mortgage, and he just received that dreaded notice of default, right? Notice of sale, notice of default. David is in foreclosure. He is officially in foreclosure, you guys. Poor David. Let's keep going. So I'm clicking too fast because I just clicked too fast. So here are some real life examples. If you did not know, I do work with people in foreclosure, right? So here are some real life examples of what I have seen dealing with people in foreclosure. Like I told you, you guys, it's a lot of people, millions of people who have not paid their mortgage since COVID. You guys, COVID was 2020. Like none of us need a reminder on what year that was. It is 2025 though. Think about that. It's people just sitting and waiting, basically. So here is a homeowner that I was working with. Do you see the total amount due is $25,000, right? Here's another one. If you read, do you see how, okay, y'all look on here. The loss of your, as of February 7th, you are 370 days delinquent on your mortgage, you guys. The total due is $21,028. You guys, I talked to a guy, the most I have heard, I talked to a guy who was in foreclosure, and I asked him how much did he owe, what was his past due amount, and he said $139,000. I was like, you ain't never paid your mortgage ever in life. But you guys, you would be surprised. You would be surprised. Here's another one. Now, this is to people who work with homeowners in foreclosure, okay? Keep in mind when people stop paying their mortgage, I always tell everybody, you know, if you're in the mentorship, I tell you, tell them to order a payoff, you guys. If you are trying to buy a property that is in foreclosure, a lot of times the homeowners have no idea how much that payoff is. They might be looking at a mortgage statement and they'll say, well, my mortgage statement says that my payoff is $75,000. If they have not paid their mortgage in years, you guys, look at this interest line. Everybody see interest? That interest is going to build up, and it's going to build up a lot, right? So this person's principal balance was $500, but he hadn't paid his mortgage in over a year. $39,000 in interest is going to be added to his payoff. So all I'm saying is make sure you have accurate numbers when you're talking to homeowners in foreclosure. Does that make sense? Ask them to get their payoff. Tell them that number on the mortgage statement is probably not their payoff. We all know that if you bought a house or sold it, that number on your mortgage statement is not your payoff, right? They're going to add some fees and everything else to it before you sell it and pay it off. Everybody with me on that? Yep. And what can you negotiate with the lender to just pay the principal? So, Sultan, good question. Sultan, we're going to go back. When you are dealing with the homeowner in foreclosure, who is that decision maker? The homeowner, right? So, unless that homeowner authorizes you to talk to the bank on three-way and negotiate a deal with them, you're probably not going to be able to get straight to the lender. You know what I mean? The lender, you know what I mean? If the homeowner is going to have to authorize you to talk to their bank, right? And do all that. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do that. The bank is not going to negotiate with you at this stage, okay? They're probably going to say, well, you talk to the homeowner and work out something with them. And as long as this payoff get paid off, boom, we got a deal. Or unless they let you short sale. That's another option. If they let you short sale, you maybe can go that route. But 9 times out of 10, the lender is probably not going to talk directly to you unless maybe it's a short sale or if that homeowner gives you permission to talk to the lender. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to everybody. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Let's keep going because I know y'all got questions. Look at me. I threw in a little auction property, you guys, and this is for I did this for all my investors on here, you guys. This is an auction, a property going up for auction. The opening bid is $253,567. And the estimated amount of the house is $585,000. Where are my investors at? How much would you offer that homeowner if you could talk to the homeowner and they wanted to sell it? How much y'all offering on this house? You see, I'll give y'all 10 seconds to drop it in the chat. How much y'all offering? Let me check the chat. 253, 220. You guys, oh, hold on, you guys. I left out a key figure. The opening bid is the loan balance, you guys. The opening bid is the loan balance. Now readjust your numbers. The opening bid is the loan balance, you guys. So you got to give them at least 253 for it to clear, okay? So, okay, I see 253. Sometimes it's not, but Sultan, usually it is. That loan balance is usually the opening bid. They might add some fees to it, but usually that's what it is. Riddell, I see the loan balance. Y'all funny. Y'all ain't gonna give the homeowner nothing? Okay, 300, 409, 500. I see you, Paula. I know what you did. Everybody on that 70% rule. I see you. 300, 270. Okay, 250, 255 cash home. Maria. 275, 450, 500. I see you. Okay, we'll talk about it. Okay, I was just wondering. Okay, back to David, you guys. David has 30 days to pay his past due amount, or his home will go up for auction, you guys. Once you get that letter that says notice of sale, it will say you either need to pay your entire past due amount in full, or your house is going up for auction in 30 days. That's what that letter says. And these lenders want that entire past due amount in full. Okay, so if you work with somebody in foreclosure, a homeowner in foreclosure, they might say, you know what, I tried to send them my payment and they sent me my payment back. That's true. The lender will not take any partial payments once it gets to a certain point. They will want that entire, and if it's $25,000, if it's $30,000, if it's $40,000, they want that entire amount due to stop that foreclosure. Okay, everybody with me? So, like I said, he's got 30 days to pay it or his house will go up for auction. David tried, but he was not able to pay his mortgage. All right, so his home went up for auction. I put a little note here, depending on where you are. If you're in a judicial state or non-judicial state, judicial states take a longer time, right? They got to go to court. They do all that. Judicial states can take a minute. I'm in a non-judicial state. Once the lender files on you, tells you you have 30 days to pay it, or you're going up for auction. If you do not pay it, they will take your house in 30 days. So let me just do one little slide about auctions, even though y'all don't want me to talk about auctions. One little slide. You guys, you know what an auction is? I'm at the courthouse, auction off houses to the highest bidder, right? So that homeowner is still the decision maker on that house until I say going once, going twice, sold. After I say sold, either the highest bidder gets it or it reverts back to the bank at that moment. So at that moment, it is a completed foreclosure, okay? Don't worry, I don't have a lot of slides about auctions since y'all didn't want to hear about it. But it went up for auction, but it did not sell. Clearly, your auction mama was not the one auctioning it off. David's home reverted back to the bank and became a what, you guys? Homes that do not sell at auction and revert back to the bank, what do we call those properties? I know y'all know. I know y'all know. REO properties. That's right, you guys. Y'all do listen to me. REO. So everybody understands, you guys. For a recap, his house went up for auction. It did not sell at the auction, and it reverted back to the bank and became an REO property. Homes that don't sell at auction become REO properties. A home owned by the bank. Boom. So let's talk about it, because a lot of people are like, Ashley, there's no REOs, there's no bank-owned properties, blah, 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 blah. You're right. It's probably not a whole bunch of them yet. But I can tell you, as someone who works at the auction, you guys, it's a lot of people who are in foreclosure who just bought since COVID. Okay, so they just bought in the last 3 or 4 years. You guys, if you just bought in the last 3 or 4 years, you owe that whole loan balance. And the only people who come to the auction are looking for a deal. Nobody is going to the auction to pay full price for a property, okay? So if a property comes up for auction and they just bought it, those people owe that whole loan balance, right? Because the opening bid is the loan balance, right? If the loan balance, if the opening bid is market value, nobody's going to buy it. And if nobody buys it, it goes back to the bank. Okay. So for example, this one right here, they bought it in 2021 for $255,000. The opening bid was $269,000. Y'all bidding on it or not? 269. Yeah. I probably used a bad example for Zillow because you can't go off of what Zillow says. But would y'all bid on that property? Would y'all bid on that property? Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. If the Zestimate is 335 and they owe 269, what y'all offering them? What are you offering these homeowners? If you can get to the homeowner, right? If you can get to the homeowner and make them a deal, what are you going to offer them? Or is it a no deal? Or is it, you can be like, it's a no deal. It doesn't work. 236. Okay, I see you, Kay. 236. Okay, how you gonna offer them 236 and the opening bid is 269? You gotta clear that loan balance. No deal. Okay. 275. Okay, I see y'all. I see a no deal out there too. Okay. 10K, no deal, couple of no deals, 280. Okay, okay. You know, and I think it depends on what you're going to do with that property. And we talk about that, right? It depends on what the end game is. Now, if you were just a homeowner who's looking for a house and houses are just completely unaffordable right now, right? And you can get a house maybe 30, 40,000 off, then that could work for you, right? If you're just looking to live in it. But if you're an investor and you're trying to make a profit off of it, then maybe that wouldn't work for you. So just keep that in mind. It depends on what the end game is, right? Or if you're going to rent it out, right, T? If you're going to rent it out, you just have to know what your end game is going into a deal, is what I'm saying. I would buy it and make it current, then become the lender. There you go. Here's another one, you guys. Hold on, make sure you can see it because I'm trying to look at the chat. They bought it in 2021. Again, you guys, I'm seeing this more and more, and I'll show you a site as we go through. Last week was a big auction week in Georgia and Texas, you guys, and I don't think a lot of them sold. I was looking at the results of the auction, and a lot of them went back to the bank. A lot of them reverted back to the bank. A lot of them got canceled, actually, but their opening bids are just too high right now. People owe too much on these houses, and it doesn't make sense for an investor to pick it up. Upside down, I would buy it. What do you do if there's an encumbrance on a pre-foreclosure property? You got to get that squared away, Lori. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to buy if you can get it worked out, but you guys, I was thinking about what you would do. What if there's an encumbrance on him? We're overpriced. You're right. Should you try to reach out to the bank? Lori, I'm not forgetting your question. I was just looking at somebody else's. Should you try to reach out to the bank when, Ezra? What do you mean? Pray it goes back to the bank, right? And become an REO and then try to get it when it becomes an REO. I got you. Deliska, Henry, you're right. You could wait on it and see if it goes to the back to the bank and see if it becomes an REO and buy it that way, All right, you guys, moving right along because I don't want to get off because I can and get to answering your question. What is an REO? Properties that have completed the foreclosure process without being sold at auction. The lender owns the house. The bank owns the house at this point, okay? So for the people in the back, let's just do a little quick comparison. Auctions sold at public auction, the highest bidder, cash, no inspections, you're buying blind, right? That's why I say coming to see me at the auction is not for everybody. Most people's blood pressure cannot handle going to the auction, okay? REO properties that have failed to sell at a foreclosure auction are now owned by the bank, okay? So here's another one. Opening bid is 1.3. Is this a deal or no deal? You can look at them numbers right there, and I can tell you if it's a deal or no deal for me. It sold for $850,000. The estimate is 1.2, and the opening bid is 1.3. Are y'all buying that house? And I don't even know how the opening bid is 1.3. I don't know what fees they added to it, and I don't know how it became, unless they lumped some loans together, a first and a second together to make that 1.3, but it's no, nope, nope, right. Yeah, it's not a good, no. I mean, unless you just really want that house real bad in that neighborhood in Scottsdale, Arizona, and you got some kind of connection to it, it's probably gonna be a no deal for me too, you guys. Let's see. Okay, everybody said no. That's what I thought. Okay, so you guys, another question. What if an investor or a realtor had reached out to David earlier? Could they have saved David from going to auction, you guys? Could they have saved him? Yes, you guys, they could have saved David. If somebody would have called him and reached out to him, David could have saved his house, right? Yep. So let's keep going. Here's another one. We're going to keep going. I can tell you where to find bank-owned properties and everything. Opening bid. I can't see this one, you guys, because my screen is blocking it. Hold on. Stop share. Hold on, you guys. Are y'all with me? Any questions? Because I was trying to see it. Any questions that I'm missing at this point, you guys? Okay, so opening bid, it was $30,055. Ooh, that's a good one, you guys. That's a great property right there, isn't it? That's a wholesaler's dream right there. Opening bid is $30,000. Estimate is $447,000. It actually sold at auction for $170,000. Now, if somebody would have gotten to this person before they went to auction, you guys, I'd love to see this. What y'all gonna offer them, you guys? What would you offer these people if you were able to talk to them? Their loan balance is $30,000 and the house is worth $447,000. Yeah, that's a great deal right there. That is a great, great deal. Okay, really? You're not gonna offer them 40,000. 135, 185, 70. That's a good deal right there. 75, 50. Look at y'all being sick. Ray, you gonna give him 200,000? 80? Okay. Y'all trying to make a big old profit off of them, aren't you? Okay. 70, 75, really? Okay. You guys, moving right along. I see how y'all gonna work some deals out. So just for the record, you guys, a homeowner can file bankruptcy if their house is up for auction. It happens all the time. I see it all the time at the auction. I will be walking up the courthouse steps and they will call me and say the homeowner filed bankruptcy. That will cancel an auction, and they will stop an auction immediately. Okay, filing bankruptcy. Okay, so because again, that's David's home until I say sold. If he gets up on his auction morning and go pay some money to an attorney and files bankruptcy, that will stop his auction that day usually. Okay, so REOs, you negotiate with the bank. Auctions, you're bidding against others. If we're talking about some differences and similarities, REOs, you negotiate with the bank. Auctions, you're bidding against other people. Let's talk about the differences between an REO property, you guys. You can negotiate with the bank. You guys, I don't know why y'all are scared to negotiate with the bank. Negotiate with them, you guys. I always say this. You can ask for appliances. You can ask for closing costs. You can ask if it needs repairs, ask for an allowance. You guys, it is the bank. Negotiate with them, okay? You can negotiate with the bank. Now, it might be a little competitive because, you know, if a property, REO property goes up, a lot of people might know about it and it might be a little competitive. You can counter the bank. You guys, y'all know I listed with the bank. I had my first REO listing last year. You can counter the bank, okay? You submit an offer, they say no, come back with another offer. You can submit again, you guys. You can negotiate and counter, okay? So with an REO property, you guys, you can use traditional financing, okay? Which a lot of people are like, yes, traditional financing. That's FHA, conventional, 203K. A lot of bank-owned properties might need, let's say, repairs. Not all of them though, y'all, because I see brand new houses, brand new builds go into foreclosure, you guys. You might get a steal. But you can use traditional financing. You can get a home inspection. You can get an appraisal. It is just typically like your normal sale, except it's as is. Okay? As is. Everybody say it with me in the chat, not out loud. As is. Okay? So that means they are not doing any repairs on that property. However, you can get an inspection. You get an inspection and it comes back and you're like, nope, this is about to be a money pit, right? You can back out of that deal. Home inspection, appraisal, you can change your mind, right? You find out everything. Unlike with me at the auction, you're bidding blind, right? People live in my houses. You don't get to see the inside of them. You know, it's not for everybody. It is not for everybody. And like I said, conventional FHA 203K, whatever you want to buy bank owned property, you guys. So a lot of y'all ask me, how do you get, if I got any realtors on here, y'all ask me, how do you get in relationships with the banks, right? How do you get to start working with the banks? Here are some sites that you can reach out to maybe do BPOs for banks. You guys, if I was you, I would start making them relationships right now with banks, right? Here are some sites. You can go on there. There might be a little, they'll ask you what area you work in. I know a guy who does BPOs, right? He's been doing them for years. And it's been Dexter caught himself. Thank you, Dexter. I know an agent that's been working with banks for a long time, and it's been so slow since COVID. He was getting like 15 to 20 BPOs a month, like for the past couple years. He is getting 15 to 20 a day now. So the foreclosures are coming, you guys. So if if you're interested in working with banks, check out some of these sites, go on there, sign up, see if there's any availability in your area. They don't pay a ton of money, but at least you get that resource. You get to network with the bank. You get that. Everybody with me? Everybody with me? As is. Thank you, everybody who commented as is. Thank you for following directions, everybody. So, how long will the homeowner have to stay in their home after filing bankruptcy? So it's a process, and don't let me act like I'm an expert on bankruptcy, Carmela. And what I'm seeing right now is a lot of people are using bankruptcy as a stalling tactic, right? If you don't have any, no judgment, if you can't pay it off, you don't want to sell it, you don't want to lose it, they're going to file bankruptcy and buy them some more time, right? So you file bankruptcy, they go through a whole process. I see a lot, and with bankruptcy, it's a payment with bankruptcy. So a lot of people can't afford the bankruptcy payment and they just end back up in foreclosure again. How do you find REO realtors in your local area? I got you. Also, here's a little site right here. It's real estate professional. If you're a real estate agent, it's a little site that you can sign up and join. All of them, check them out. And the National Association of Default Professionals. I don't know if you know that. If you're a real estate agent, they say if you work with distressed people, go sign up. They have a little membership. You can take courses, even if you don't work with distressed homeowners and you want to as a real estate agent. They have little, like, how we need CE, continuing education classes. They have those on there that you can take for distressed properties. You guys, just a little heads up. Yeah, we're making our way. Look at us. I'm proud of me. I'm surprised I didn't get off. I'm just going through this because I know y'all got questions and I got answers. So here's another site that I always share on masterclasses, you guys. Maybe if you aren't a real estate agent and you want to work with like Fannie Mae, or what am I trying to say? Fannie Mae hires other people besides real estate agents and stuff like that. During the last housing downturn, there were people who, trashed out properties, did landscaping, property preservation. This is a good site. Let's see if it'll take me to it. It did take me to it. And you can go on here and see what Fannie Mae needs as a vendor. And maybe you can be a vendor for Fannie Mae. Like if foreclosures come, you can trash them out. Maybe you can clean them. Maybe you can do the landscaping. Y'all with me? That makes sense? This is one of those sites you go sign up. Seeing, I'm clicking here. Can y'all still see my screen? Yes. So what we purchase, you know what I mean? You can, maybe if you provide any of these things, go on here, sign up, and maybe you can be a vendor for Fannie Mae. You guys, I'm trying to look out for y'all. You see that? Let me say this, and I always say this. You see, I put my big face in the screen. So that means I'm about to say something important, right? If you sign up with Fannie Mae, right? Be a legit company. You guys, Cash App is not a legitimate form of payment, you guys. Cash App is not, okay? So you got to get on Stripe, get you a little Stripe account, be legit, okay? We're not telling the bank to Cash App me my money, okay? If nobody's going to tell you, your auction mama is going to tell you, okay? Be legit, okay? Or they're not going to fool with you. Cash App is not legit. You're like, what's your Cash App name? Thick Thighs $83. You guys know. No. If nobody's going to tell you, your auction mama's going to tell you. Okay? So let's keep moving, class, shall we? Hold on, get this off the screen. Okay. That makes sense to everybody. So if you sign up, be legit. That's all I'm saying. Just be professional. Okay? So moving right along. Can y'all see my screen? Blink if you can see my screen. We're not doing Cash App with Fannie Mae, okay? Thank you, y'all. Okay, so moving right along. Here's another one, you guys. Opening bid is $77,896, which is the loan amount. Y'all can't offer them $50,000, you guys. You got to give them enough to cover the loan, okay? It's worth $236.
We don't see that.
Oh, you don't see it? Thanks, Paula. Hold on, Paula. Thank you, Paula. Everybody say hey to Paula. She's in the mentorship. She be out there working. What about now? Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay, so here we go. Here's the house. Opening bid is $77,896. You got to give them at least their balance, you guys. You got to at least pay off the bank, okay? It's worth $236,400. How much y'all offering? Y'all so funny. 80,000. Really? Y'all don't give the homeowner needs money to move, y'all. The homeowner needs money to move. 78, I bet. Okay, 87, 150, 160. Okay, look at y'all. The offer's coming up. Poor homeowners, Lord. Y'all gonna make them, y'all just gonna make sure they don't have a foreclosure on their credit. Okay, moving right along, you guys. Now, where do we find REO and bank-owned properties? You guys, here are some good sites. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Truist all have their own REO sites, right? HUD Home Store, homepath.com, homesteps.com. These are some great sites to find.
What?
Taryn Duhan, there he go
What's
again,
good?
not on mute. So you guys, these are some great sites to find REO properties. And I'll walk you through a couple of these. If we want to go through them, I will, so you can see what they look like. I don't mind. Other REO sites, you guys, even on auction.com, if you filter it between foreclosures and bank-owned properties, you can find them. Think about this, you guys. Hear me. Let it make sure it registers. Pre-foreclosure, you guys, are people who are scheduled for auction, right? You can reach out to people with an auction date. So if I was an investor and I was trying to reach out to pre-foreclosures, go on auction.com, right? See who's got an auction scheduled, and then you can reach out to those people. You guys, does that make sense? They're in pre-foreclosure. I think a lot of times seeing somebody with an auction date or a house up for auction, y'all think they are off limit, and they are not, right? So you can reach out to people who have an auction date. They probably need you to reach out to them, basically. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? Yes? Y'all blinking? Yes. Okay. So, yes, okay. You can, and I don't want that to scare you, because a lot of y'all are like, when I have a property that's going up for auction, y'all are like, Ashley, can I talk to the attorney? Can I talk to the bank? Y'all can talk to the homeowner. That's who you need to talk to, right? Because they're still the decision maker on that property, even though they have an auction date set, okay? They can still, bankruptcy will stop at auction the morning of. If you reach out to them before, maybe you can work out something and get that auction stopped. I just put this up here because a lot of people think, and I mean, this also goes with commercial. You guys, a lot of people I hear all the time, only hood houses go up for auction. No, not only hood houses go up for auction, you guys. Single family, multifamily, apartment complexes go up for auction. This is one in, let's see if it'll let me click on it. I think I made it where it was clickable, but I can't remember. This one, opening bid was $86 million. You guys, it is an entire apartment complex that was up for auction. Let's see. No, it wasn't. Hold on. Let's go back. I was thinking it was clickable, but I don't think I made it clickable. But my point is, properties, it doesn't matter. Big, small, they can all go up for foreclosure. Like I was saying, on auction.com, you guys, you can filter between bank-owned, that's REO property, financing, and foreclosure. Those are like auction properties, okay? You can get both of them on auction.com. That's a place you can find them. Like I said before, REO, bank-owned properties, you can use traditional financing. You guys, it's just as is. The bank is not going to do any repairs for you, okay? But you can use FHA, FHA 203K. it might not go FHA if it needs too many repairs, but you can go conventional, VA, USDA, hard money. What else do we have? What else y'all ask me about? Hard money, all kind, you can use all of those traditional financings, like if you were to buy a regular house, if you're buying a bank-owned property. So most REOs, I always joke and say they have a firewall in front of them, and that firewall is a real estate agent. Most REO properties, there is a listing agent. We'll go through that. I'll go to HUD Home Store and show you. But it's usually an agent that you have to reach out to submit your offer, okay? And it's listed on the page. But yeah, there's an agent. Don't forget to get a home inspection, title search, everything. But again, it's like that traditional buying process where you go to closing. The closing company does your title search for you. Like a traditional closing, but do your due diligence, you guys. You do not want to buy a money pit. That's all I'm saying. You do not want to buy a money pit. Get an inspection on everything, okay? Y'all know. And again, don't forget to negotiate, you guys. Do not forget to negotiate. Any questions that I'm missing? Can REO properties be purchased with hard money loan or, oh, so I got you. I answered your question. Isn't the time too tight? KL, are you saying like if they've got an auction schedule, you reaching out to talk to them? Is it too tight for them to sell it? It just depends. I think that's what you're asking me, and that's a good question. It just depends. Reach out to that homeowner. If you can get a good deal, a lot of times these banks will stop a foreclosure if you can show them a contract on that house and say, I've done that before, sent the contract over to the lender, and he was like, how much time you need? And I was like, I need like 30 days. And he postponed that auction for 30 days because that homeowner was trying to sell, so what I'm trying to say is don't let that deter you. You know what I mean? Reach out, see, at least try to get it postponed. You know what I mean? Don't let that stop you. REO properties, yes, ma'am. They are empty. The bank handles all of that for you. They are empty. Title should be clear. They give you keys. You can walk through it. You can get an inspection. Yes, the occupants are out. The bank handles all of that for you. Unlike with me at the auction, you got to handle all that, right? If you buy a property from me at the auction and somebody is living in it, you have to evict them yourself. Okie doke. So don't forget to negotiate, you guys. A couple of things in case you're new here. And I should put like an asterisk next to all of these things, because if you're a seasoned investor, you can work around some of these things, right? But if you're a brand new person trying to get into investing in REO property, just some things to look out for, okay? I said, if your repair costs exceed 50% of the property's value, like if you find a deal and it's a decent deal, right? But it need new foundation, right? It's a whole foundation issue. The roof is bad, HVAC is bad, and once you put all that money in it and you've outpriced the home, you know what I mean? Maybe that might not be a good deal, right? Now, if you love it, maybe if it was your great-great-grandmama house and you got some kind of attachment to it, okay. Or if you're just gonna hold on to it, right? With all of these, there's some contingencies to them, right? You could work around these, but for the most part, these are just some things to work for. If the title is clouded, right? So that would be for pre-foreclosures. You're talking to a homeowner and they got all kinds of issues. They got liens, judgments all over their title, right? They might not even be the correct homeowner. It's all kinds of stuff, right? Try not to get into a headache. That's all I'm saying. I avoid, and I say this in the mentorship, y'all, if it's too many heirs on a property, I'm probably going to avoid it. Okay, because that can be a whole headache trying to sell that. Check the comps, right? If it's the comps, the homes and the prices of the homes are going down, just be mindful. Make sure you know what your exit strategy is, what the long game is. You know what I mean? Do that. Again, if financing or exit strategies don't align with your investment goals, you guys try to, the reason why I started working with investors and left the retail side, even though I love my retail people, I love my first time home buyers. Investors, and y'all know this if you're an investor or if you work with investors, they work off of numbers, right? It's not feelings, right? That retail side is feelings. I love this house. Oh my gosh. Investors, if the numbers don't make sense, it's a no, right? I like that about working on the investment side. My point is, if you're looking at a house and the numbers don't work, right? And you see they don't work in, up, left, right, y'all just walk away. You guys don't get in a headache, okay? Or if the seller or the bank is unwilling to negotiate a fair deal, you guys, that's what we're doing. We are investors. We are trying to be investors, you guys. If the numbers don't make sense, right? Sometimes you just got to walk away, right? You're trying to fit a circle into a square. That homeowner is delusional and they think their house is worth 10 times what it is, right? Y'all, sometimes you just have to say no, right? So does that make sense to everybody? Everybody with me on that? Yes, Ashley. Some people need to go to counseling before starting the home buying process. Yeah, emotional buying. Yeah, that's why I came right on over here to the investment side. I loved my residential. I did residential for a long time. I love my residential buyers, but y'all, you can be in a deal and be about to close. And somebody will say, I had a dream. My grandma came to me in a dream and told me that I don't need to buy the house because the tree in the front yard has a dead branch on it. So we're backing out of this deal. Ma'am, what are you talking about? Well, I don't want the house because the fence is leaning to the left. What? You know what? You'd be like, I'm not going to do this. So, I came over to the investment side. That's where I like to, that's like where I like to stay over here. If the numbers don't make sense, it's a no. If the numbers make sense, it's a go. That's what I like, cut and dry. So, so here we go. Look at me, y'all. I did so good. Y'all should be so, yeah, lose that $5,000 deposit. I know that earnest money, you're right. You be like, you gonna lose it. Well, my grandmama said in the dream, you don't buy a house if the wind is blowing to the, look. Not today. So you guys, I did so good. I stayed on topic. And then I'll get to your questions. I promise I will get to your questions. So what's the plan for 2025, you guys? So I'm always mindful that some people are investors, some people are just starting out. For those with limited funds, what would I do if I were you? I'm not elaborating on wholesale, you guys, but some of y'all know how to wholesale. It's so many people who teach wholesaling. If you don't have any money, maybe that's a great way. Partner with investors. You see, I skirted right over wholesaling, right? Partner with investors, right? Bring deals to people. Go look for them. Most investors, I bet if I said in the chat, if you're an investor looking for a good deal, raise your hand. It'd be a whole bunch of people who are like, yes, bring me a good deal. So maybe you don't have the money to buy one, but maybe you got the time to go look for them, right? Bring some deals to some investors, right? Maybe you can use creative financing, learn, build relationships, educate yourself, attend real estate meetups, you guys. Attend real estate meetups. Even if you don't have any money, it's a great place to go and network, build relationships. I just think I've been to a few of them. If you're looking, if you're looking for a good title company, a good escrow company, a good hard money lender, those are great places to find and network with buyers, right? So if you do get a deal, you know who to send them to. Y'all understand? Does that make sense to everybody? I'm trying to make sure in case you don't have, even though I know everybody on here is a millionaire, right? Just in case you're not, here are some things that you can do, right? You're just not going to sit up here and listen to me. At least you can put some of these things into actionable steps, okay? So if you do got some coins, because I know everybody's got coins in my master classes, right? You can, hold on, boom, I'll be clicking too quick. You can buy and hold, right? You can get you a REO property. You can talk to a homeowner, fix and flip them, you guys. Just make sure with this market right now, you know what you are doing, right? The market is a little, except for y'all who live in a utopia and it's still, multiple offers on a house. The rest of us in the world, the market is a little slow right now, right? So just make sure you know your numbers, and all that, your exit strategy and everything. Pick up an REO property, still educate yourself and still go to real estate meetups, you guys. So those are things that you can do. So y'all know, just coming to my masterclass and listening to me. I expect y'all to listen and then go execute. I always say that, you guys. And so guess what, you guys, we made it like to the end, but don't worry, I got you. It's the end for some of y'all, and then some of y'all are going to stay and talk to me for the rest of the night. So the question I always get, because y'all are in my inbox, you guys, I do a mentorship. Everybody knows I do one. I see y'all even trying to get in the mentorship after they have started, you guys. So what about the mentorship, you guys? We got one starting February 19th. It is for those of you who want to market to foreclosures and learn exactly my method. I got a whole bunch of y'all. Paula, I see Ray in here from the mentorship. You guys, don't worry, we're meeting on Wednesday. But we're starting another one February 19th. Don't worry, if you're in my current mentorship, I always invite you back to the next one. So 5 weeks, marketing, talking about becoming a foreclosure expert in your area, you guys. So it's 5 to 6 weeks. It should start February 19th and it'll probably run through all the rest of March is what I'm thinking. The whole month of March, you guys. So it'll be either 5 or 6 weeks. We're meeting every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central. I moved it up a half an hour. So I teach you all my marketing methods, become a foreclosure expert, and then you have me to walk through it. And you get the brochures, the door hangers, all the letters are included in it. I give you everything, you guys, everything. So enrollment closes on February 19th at noon. The link is in the chat. Also, what else do I have? 300 videos on YouTube. You guys go watch them. All my master classes are on YouTube. Everything from auctions to REOs, auctions, pre-foreclosures. All of my previous master classes are on YouTube. You can watch all of them for free, you guys. My favorite movies, if you follow me on YouTube, you already know what they are. 99 Homes is a great movie. First of all, if you did not know, if you could not tell, I am completely obsessed with foreclosures, the last housing crash. I eat, sleep, and breathe real estate, you guys, if you did not know that. So these are three of my favorite movies. 99 Homes. There is a lot of profanity in 99 Homes. It's a good movie, a lot of profanity. Don't watch it with your kids unless you use profanity with your kids, right? Inside Job, great movie. It's a documentary of how the housing market crashed in 2008, right? A great movie. It's a documentary. They interview the people who worked at the banks. It will probably make you mad when you finish watching it, right? And then The Big Short. I think everybody has heard of The Big Short or seen it or watched it. I got it on DVD. Do not judge me because I said DVD, right? But I do have it on DVD. Okay, you guys, it's your time to shine. You guys, if y'all want to hop in the chat, tell me where you're from. If you're interested in buying, selling, what cities. If you got a social media handle you want to share, you guys, you are absolutely welcome to do that. I'm going to take some questions. If you have to go, I understand. You guys, I appreciate y'all being here. Aren't y'all so proud of me? I stayed on task tonight. Like I did not get off like I usually do. If you are looking for me, I'm on Instagram, Your Agent Ashley. I'm on YouTube, Your Agent Ashley, and I'm on email, youragенtashley@gmail.com. You guys, I'm in all of those places. So, thanks, you guys. You're welcome, you guys. Come on, Ray, with the 2 deals. That's right. Is that AM or PM? I think you're talking about for the mentorship. It is PM, you guys. Because we ain't getting up at 7:30. I got to drop Gabby off at school. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Now I can see all of you before I answer any of your questions, you guys. I got to get a picture. Y'all know I have to do. Let me get the picture. I know y'all are going to turn off your cameras, so I'm giving you a second to turn off your cameras. There's the link. I put the link in the chat again, you guys. The link with everything, letters, bundles, mentorships, everything is in there. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to turn off your cameras, but y'all know I want a picture, you guys. I gotta get a picture. Thanks, you guys. I love all of you. Thanks for rocking with me, you guys. I encourage y'all, if y'all are thinking about like doing YouTube or anything like that, just do it. You know what I mean? It starts off kind of slow. Maybe you don't have that many people watching you, but it'll come. People, that's how I grew mine. You know, you just get on there and start talking, and here we are. So let's take this picture real quick, and then I'm going to answer all of your questions. Then this turns into like Ashley After Dark. And then I answer all your questions. Look, there's my friend right there, China. Say hi. There she's waving at us. Okay, you guys, here we go. Here's the picture. Okay, here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next group. Hold on, because it's about 4 pages of y'all. Okay, so don't nobody have their camera on this page? That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. I'm going to the next page. So don't none of y'all, hold on. P-Lynn, you got your camera on? No, I thought it's just a good screen still shot. Last one, y'all. It's 4 pages of y'all. Shout out to all of y'all. It's a whole bunch of y'all in here. Welcome. Let me go to where the people got the cameras on. Thank you. Thank you, Deliska, Natalie, Camilla, Gary, Carol, Phyllis, Marcus. I see y'all. Tracy, I see y'all. Redale, I see y'all. Okay, you guys, if you got to go to bed, come back and watch the replay when you feel like it. So, what you've all been waiting for. Who got a question? Who got a question?
You're going to answer mine about the trustees.
Yes. Boom. That's right. I know what y'all want. That's right. I know what y'all want. So she's asking me about how do you find pre-foreclosures? Basically, another way, I'm going to show you a way to find pre-foreclosures, you guys. Follow along with me. This is going to turn into a YouTube live, but y'all get to see me live and I can talk to you. So let's talk about what a trustee is. Let me walk you through that process. I can't see y'all. I hate that I cannot see y'all. I've been needing to see you. Okay, so follow me. When a property goes into foreclosure, homeowner in foreclosure, Can y'all see my screen? Yes, Camilla, somebody give me a thumbs up. Charles, thank you. Okay. Property goes into foreclosure. The masterclass is over if y'all got to go to bed. I'm just about to talk to y'all for the rest of the night. So property goes into foreclosure. The bank is going to turn, after they tell that homeowner 10 times, you ain't paid, pay me. Homeowner ignores them. The bank is going to turn that file over to a trustee or a foreclosure attorney, okay? That foreclosure attorney might get that file 3-4 months ahead of time of the auction, right? The bank gives the file to the foreclosure attorney and says, you go after these people and you auction off their house March 1st, okay? So what I tell people is if you can find these trustees or these foreclosure attorneys, a lot of times they will post their auctions on their sites, right? And they'll post them ahead of time before the auction. So here is a guy, and I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to show you how to find them where you live, right? Because it can kind of give you a head start on people in pre-foreclosure for those of you who want to reach out to them. Ruben Lublin, it's a good site. I auctioned for him. Sidebar. If you watch any of my videos, and at the end of my videos, I say, if you're in foreclosure and your house goes up for auction, request your excess funds. Y'all are like, how do you request your excess funds? The foreclosure attorney has them or the trustee has them. If you see right here, request excess proceeds. If you are talking to a homeowner in foreclosure and they say, how do I get my money? Their house went up for auction, you couldn't save them. Tell them to go to the trustee or the foreclosure attorney who had that property. And here it is. It says that they won't release their funds, proceeds. Okay, disperse. Please note, our firm policy is to begin the disbursement process for excess proceeds once 30 days have elapsed, right? And then they can get their money. If their house goes up for auction, what did I say? The opening bid is the loan balance, right? Opening bid is the loan balance. Say it's $100,000. It's a great property though, and it gets bid up to $200,000. The difference in the 100 and 200 is their excess proceeds. That homeowner can get that $100,000, but they're going to have to request it from the foreclosure attorney or the trustee, okay? I have people reach out to me all the time and they're like, Ashley, I saw your video and I reached out. I lost my home 3 years ago and I reached out and I had some money waiting on me. So if you didn't know that, homeowners can get those excess funds. I know a lot of people do surplus, overages, and all that kind of stuff, but they need to go to the foreclosure attorney or trustee to get it. Boom. They probably need to request it. These attorneys probably ain't just volunteering them their money, okay? So back to what I was saying. Foreclosure property listings from the attorney or trustee. So Ruben Lublin handles Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama. I'm going to show you how to find them where you live. So for example, this is what I want to show you. Georgia and Texas auction the first Tuesday of the month. That's when they have their auctions, first Tuesday of the month. So it just passed last week. They already have March's auctions up. All these people are in foreclosure and have an auction scheduled for next month, March 4th. Here's their address, their names. You can reach out to all of these people. They are in foreclosure. Can y'all see their auction is March 4th? Here's their address. Boom. Let me keep showing you. I'm going to scroll down. Look at all these people in Atlanta and Georgia. I don't want to make y'all dizzy. This is March. These are already scheduled for March. You got 30 days to reach out to all these people if you live in Georgia or if you work Georgia's area. Let me show you something else. Scroll, scroll, scroll. March, March, March. Y'all, it's a lot of auctions. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. There's April. Here are April auctions. They already have April's auctions posted. You got 2 months to reach out to these people and see if maybe they might want to sell their house before it goes into foreclosure. That's what she was asking. How do you find the foreclosure attorneys or the trustees? And maybe you can reach out to them and see if they want to sell before they go into foreclosure. That's April's auctions. Those are April. Let's see if we got, there's May. We got a few May auctions already up. You guys, you can reach out to them. These people, they probably ain't paid in a long time if they already got May auctions up. But boom, How do you find foreclosure trustees where you live? I'm gonna give you a couple of them, and then I'm gonna show you where to find them. Does that make sense to everybody, what I just said? Yay, no, maybe, yes. Yep, yep. Cool, cool, cool. Yes, 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 yes. Cool, okay. Maybe. Okay. Logs.com, logs.com is another foreclosure attorney. I went to the site LOGS. I will drop it in the chat so y'all can see it. logs.com. Sales, I'm clicking on sales. I click agree. Logs handles all of these states: Alabama, Arizona, Connecticut, Georgia, Illinois, Maine, Massachusetts, all of these states. You can click on here and see their pre-foreclosures and their upcoming sales. Does that make sense to everybody? Now, how would you find these if your city is not listed, right? I usually tell people to go to auction.com. Okay, everybody following me? Yes. Cool beans.
What was the name of the last one? Sorry.
No, you're good. Logs, LOGS.com, L as in Los Angeles. What start with L?
Lovely.
Logs. Yes, lovely. LOGS, like the tree bark. You know what a log is. LOGS.com. Okay, that is, I dropped it in the chat in case y'all didn't see it. So if I were you and I was trying to reach out to pre-foreclosures or people up for auction, I would go to auction.com, right? Auction.com, let's say, we'll do Cook County, Chi-Town, Cook County, Illinois. Put in wherever you live, right? It don't matter where you live, your county, city, wherever you live. I would click on foreclosure, right? REOs, we already know who they're owned by. They're owned by the bank. Foreclosure homes are homes that are going up for auction, okay? I would scroll down, so I clicked on foreclosure homes, boom, and I would just find one. I'm gonna show you. Here's one, I'm gonna scroll down, and if you scroll down here to where it says foreclosure contact info, it'll tell you who the trustee is, who's over that home. So if I was wherever you live, I would go on auction.com, state, city, click on it, and then I would take this information, I would probably put it in Google and see if they post their auctions. And if they do, I would save them and bookmark them. And that's how I would find pre-foreclosures before everybody else finds them. Does that make sense to everybody, you guys? Yes, maybe, maybe not. Yes, yes. Okay, cool. That's a little secret tip I would tell y'all. And go through a couple of them, right? Don't just stick on one, click on another house, scroll down, because it's a lot of different trustees and foreclosure attorneys. So build you a list, and then that way you can reach out, you know, give you a little jump start on everybody else, honestly. Okay, that makes sense to everybody? Cool beans. What's next, you guys? Are you reaching out to the homeowner or the trustees? The homeowner, the homeowner. So I would take their address. Do we need to go through that? Do we need to go through Propwire while I'm on here? You guys, I just signed up for the, yay, yay, come out. Yes. Questions. What are the questions y'all got for me? Since you got me right here, and I'll talk to you. What else do you want to know? Do y'all want me to go to HUD Home Store or Home Path, like a bank-owned REO site, so you can see what that looks like in the process of buying a bank-owned REO site? Do you use a script for the homeowners? Okay, okay, hold on, y'all. Questions is okay. Yes, yeah. Okay, y'all going so fast. I missed the questions. I got you. Do you use a script for the homeowners, like when I call them, Chantel, or when I send them a letter? You guys, y'all all know that I send letters. If you follow me on any platform, you know that every Monday I mail out letters, right? I send them a letter. All my letters are the same. All of my letters are the same. Boom, here's one right here, as a matter of fact. All I do is print out my letter. My letter is the same to everybody, but I do hand address all of my envelopes, right? Because they said a hand addressed envelope gets more attention than a regular one. I use bright color envelopes. I don't use white envelopes because they look like bills. And these people probably not paying their bills, so they ain't opening up a white envelope. Okay. So I use bright colored envelopes and I hand address all of them, but my letters are the same. They don't say, Dear Mr. Smith, Dear Mr. Patterson. They say hello. That's what it says. Hello, like Adele. So I can print out 50 of these and then hand address my envelopes. Boom. That's what I do. For the record. Now, how can you get a competitive answer REOs given those are so public frauds? So I think with REOs, then they just got you on a level playing field with REOs. Honestly, I don't know how you can get competitive advantage. Maybe if you can pay cash instead of financing, that might work for you. But a lot of banks give priority to owner occupant over investors. Like a lot of REO properties will have a period where if you are a homeowner or an owner occupant, you get first dibs on it for like the first week or so. And then after the first week, if you're an investor, then they'll open it up for investors. Let's go look at some of those real quick, shall we? We shall. Okay, so let's talk about HUD Home Store. That was one of the websites I gave you. HUD Home Store, this is what it looks like. This is a bank REO site, HUD's REO site. So come on here and it'll tell you like how many properties. Somebody, Camilla, Deliska, Marcus, somebody blink and let me know that y'all can see my screen. Can y'all see my screen? Just nod your head. Cool. Okay. It'll tell you like California's got 44 properties. Texas, let's click on somebody. Texas has some price. So this is what it'll look like. This is an REO bank owned site where you can bid on properties or buy properties from the bank. Negotiate. So here are some properties. Boom. This is what they have right now. I just clicked on it in Texas, Benbrook, Texas. I'm going to click on one of them. So what did I say? All of them have an agent in front of them. But you can reach out to that agent. See this one, owner occupants, nonprofit, and government agencies right now. They must have just put it on the market. After about 2 weeks, they'll let investors bid on it. But it gives you all the details of the property. It's 203K eligible, tells you about the house. You scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. And then there's the listing agent. You can reach out to him, let him know you want to make an offer on it. Boom. And then that's how you make an offer on it. It's a typical purchase and sale agreement contract. They're probably going to want to see, let's see if they have how to submit an offer. I know a lot of other ones have that. Find agents, property contract. They also have bid results, right? You can put in, you like Ashley, stick to a subject, Ashley. But anyway, you can see what they sold for, like what the bank took for the property, right? Does that make sense, y'all? They put the bid results. So maybe if you were bidding on one, it'll show you what the person ended up paying for it in that particular county, which is sometimes good to know to see how much the bank is negotiating. Because if you know me, if I'm negotiating with the bank, we play in limbo. How low can you go? That's exactly what we're doing. I don't care if it's been on the market 2 days. I'm probably going to offer you 50% off. How low can you go is how I feel about the bank. What was I going to tell you? I was going to see. So that's HUD Home Store. Let's go to Home Path. Home Path is Fannie Mae. This is another bank-owned site. Down payment assistance may be available for owner occupants. So that's what I'm saying. Bank-owned properties, you can negotiate. They give you more options and assistance when you're dealing with the bank, unlike at like auctions and stuff like that. Closing cost assistance may be available. Down payment assistance may be available. You know what I mean? How to make an offer, home buyer resources, closing cost assistance of up to 6%. They must be trying to get rid of these properties. I better come on here and lowball them. Make properties on behalf of your client, submit an offer. So you go
Actually, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm a realtor, and so if I was to find a property for my client,
Mm-hmm.
how would I still get my commission
So you
if I go
can.
through this process?
You can submit an offer on behalf of your client. You just send it to that listing agent. You're the buyer's agent and you send that contract to the listing agent and they'll pay you commission on it. Yep.
Okay, so just put my commission in the contract.
Yep, sure did.
Awesome.
Sure did. Yeah, I mean, yes, and they will pay it. The bank's still paying 6%. So yes, ma'am. So just submit it normally. Now, if you are a person who does not have an agent, you can just go right on here and contact the listing agent. But if you do have a buyer's agent, like Deliska, use your agent and have them submit an offer for you on the site. If that makes
Got
sense
it.
to everybody. Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So let's see. But anyway, HomePath, HUD Home Store, HomeSteps.com. This is Freddie Mac's REO site. Tells you how to submit an offer. Let me see if there's making an offer. What do you need to submit? A sales contract, your pre-approval letter, proof of funds if you pay in cash, earnest money, necessary home. So the bank will have special paperwork and addenda, fill that out. The offer must be in writing. I guess they're saying it can't be in, I don't know. The terms must be clearly stated, but boom. And it kind of tells you the process. If you make an offer, they can counter, you can counter back, like I told you. So it's basically the same process. Come on here, see if they got a house, that you're looking for. Where are y'all? Los Angeles. No, I'm in the search bar. Look at me. Let's see. Gotta go back. Boom. So they got anything in Los Angeles. So right now it might not be a lot, but all I'm saying is bookmark some of these sites and just keep an eye out because they are coming. And so there you go. There's California. You can look, make an offer, boom. So those are REO bank-owned sites. Negotiate, 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 you guys. That makes sense? Am I missing? Okay, how can you blah, blah, blah? Do you script for the homeowners? Oh, I already answered that question, right? I send letters and I do cold call them and a couple other things. You better grab the blueprint if you want to know. Are you reaching out to, okay, awesome, blah, 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 blah. Yes, yes, yes. Any more questions, you guys? Hold on. Who at the bank do you talk to? Also, I thought they sell them by the book, not necessarily individually. So who at the bank do I talk to when? Because I'm not really talking to the bank, right? Maybe I don't understand the question. Tell me. You got your bright color envelopes. Come on, bright color envelopes. Do these sites, HomePath, HUD Homes, even typically have the same listings or different ones? That's a good question. I have never noticed that. I guess you need to put it in like Zillow and see if it comes up. It'll probably come up like bank owned, right? Like if it's a particular address, it might say foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, bank owned, auction, stuff like that. Commercial. I got you, Brandon. I got you. You're right. Thank you for reminding me. So if we are talking commercial, multifamily, that is 10x.com. That's a good site. 10x.com. You can find everything you're looking for. What you're looking for. Sorry. Office, multifamily, retail, hotel, industrial, land, flex, sports and entertainment, healthcare, residential. If you're looking for a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, 10x.com is a great place for Olive Garden, a Dollar General. Boom. Come on here. You can find commercial properties. 10x.com, CREXI.com is another commercial real estate site. You can find retail, multifamily, office, industrial, hospitality, mixed use, land, self-storage. I know that's a big thing right now. Mobile home park, senior living. You can buy the notes if you want to. Here on CREXI, look, there's a little office space, lease properties, auction properties. Y'all, the commercial market. I feel like if you have a good plan for commercial, you can get a great commercial property here now and coming in the future at a discounted price, but just make sure you got a plan for it. But commercial properties, they're going to be at a discount is what I would say. So, Boom. What else? 10X, CREXI. LoopNet is another one, but it's a lot of people are familiar with loopnet.com. Commercial real estate, office, retail, industrial, co-working, medical. Look, that's in Memphis. I didn't know that was up for auction. I know where that is. The little fitness center. I guess ain't nobody working out in Memphis. A little car wash. You click on them and see. Go to your city, county, see what they have. Check it out, you guys. So CREXI, 10X, LoopNet. I know you're going to ask me, what about land? Landwatch.com is another good site. If you are looking for farmland, if you just said these eggs are too expensive, I'm going to get my own chickens and I'm going to have my own farm. Go to landwatch.com. You can buy you some acres on acres on acres. Farms and ranches, land for sale, hunting land, boom. Who knew this all existed? Until now, until I shared it with you. So landwatch.com, land for sale, land and farm.com. That's another one. You can buy farms, ranches, residential, waterfront, hunting, horse property, undeveloped, recreational. If you're looking for some acres, if you said, you know what, I'm tired of the city, I'm moving to the country. There you go. Here you go, get you some acres and you can build and live out there and grow your own food, right? So there you go. That's land, commercial, and single family. I got you. There you go. I got you. What else, you guys? Are these sites free? Gail, everything I just showed you, I think was free. Now you kind of bid. The house is not free, but the site is free. You can get on the sites, you know, but you saw, I just went straight on there. You guys, you know, you do register and log in and all that kind of stuff. Be aware of buyer premiums, all that kind of stuff. When you're looking at properties, just read all the terms and conditions before you buy a property, because some of them charge buyers premiums. Y'all, and it'd be like 1% of the sales price. So just make sure you know what you're getting into before you start bidding and make sure you got the coins. Okay. How can you purchase commercial properties? You need a special loan. You know, you got to get, I mean, you might can use, you'll need a special, I mean, you're not going FHA on commercial. You know, you need like commercial loans. You know what I mean? Those properties loans. You know what I mean, you guys? Ray said a small business loan. But you know, there's requirements like when it comes to buying commercial and stuff like that, especially like in sometimes multifamily, you might can use like a DSCR loan where they base it off of the tenants in it instead of the actual value of the property. But yeah, you got to talk to, you can't use a regular loan for commercial though, you guys. I'm referring to when the property doesn't sell at the auction and goes back to the lender, got you. But before, or if it isn't listed for sale yet, got you. I heard there are some at the lender who handles them and you can speak with them before they are listed, got you. Okay, so he's saying if it goes up for auction, reverts back to the bank before the bank puts it back on the market, can you reach out to the bank? I guess you can, but I mean, you got to figure out who to talk to, right? Maybe you could call the foreclosure trustee or the attorney and see if they'll let you pick it up since it didn't sell at auction, maybe, or something like that. You know, you just got to get to the right person at the bank. Honestly, you know, the bank's trying to give you a runaround. But if you can talk to the right person and they're willing to negotiate, you never know. You know what I mean? Is there a multi-unit foreclosure website available? So I guess that would be like, I mean, auction.com. You can go to auction.com and put in multifamily for sure. Some of those commercial sites that I showed, 10X, CREXI, you can filter it by multifamily properties instead of commercial, and you're good. You don't have to apologize. All good. But I would try auction.com, 10X, CREXI, loopnet.com for commercial. Well, I mean, multifamily, you guys. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, like Adele. Hello, CREXI. Yep. You're welcome. Any more questions, you guys? What you got for me? Look, y'all still rocking with me? Clearly you are. 70 of y'all are still on here. What else do y'all want me to teach you now that the master class is over? Y'all really just want me to talk. That's what y'all enjoy. Me just sitting up here talking to you about foreclosures. Or y'all want me to go over Propwire real quick? Can you explain how wholesalers can make a profit short selling a pre-foreclosure? Auction Mama, thanks, Ray. Can you explain how wholesalers can make a profit short selling a pre-foreclosure? Hold on, let me get that whole process in my head. You are a wholesaler trying to short sell a property. So first of all, I don't know if that's going to work because in order to short sell, you're going to need a real estate agent, right? To submit, even initiate a short sale, right? Y'all see, I'm trying to walk through this in my brain. To initiate a short sale, you got to be an agent, right? They're going to want to see, and I'm saying this from experience, to initiate a short sale, they're going to want you to put it on the market. First of all, put it on the market so they can see that you tried to short sell it. They're going to want a settlement statement of how much they're going to bank. Because if you don't know what a short sale is, that is when you are offering the bank less than what is owed on that property. If you don't know what a short sale is, if the homeowner owes the bank $400,000, the market has declined and the properties around the house are selling for $350, you go to the bank and say, I know I owe y'all $400, but can I give you $350? And then you have to wait and see if the bank will agree to $350. It's a whole process though. The bank is going to make you put that house on the market to see if you can get some buyers, if you can sell it. So to try to short sale, that's probably what that short sale queen was trying to do. Short the bank and then try to sell it. I don't know if you can wholesale it. But I guess if you can get the bank to agree to $350 and then you flip that contract to another back end buyer, how you gonna get paid though? Look, how are you gonna get paid though? I don't know. No, she was scamming. Propwire be good. Sometimes they will say no to wholesalers. Got you. So what are the best arguments to the bank to do a short sale when you reach out to a homeowner in pre-foreclosure? What are the best arguments to the bank, because I'm arguing with the bank, to do a short sale when you reach out to a homeowner in pre-foreclosure? I mean, if they're in foreclosure, I had one of these earlier last month. He was in foreclosure and he was upside down. So I got the bank to, that was a great deal, y'all. That house was worth, look at me, that house was worth, he owed $570. Follow the story. He owed $570, right? We did an appraisal came back at like $485. Y'all, why the bank take $350? $350. I was like, that's a good deal. But it took a long time. It took a long time for it to play out. But that was still a good deal. He owed the bank $5, and the bank took $350. But anyway. Okay, she was scamming. Okay, good. I mean, if they're upside down and in pre-foreclosure, basically you're gonna tell the bank, look, you can put it up for auction and not get anything, but let me try to short sell it and get you something, or something like that. That's what we did. The bank took it. He was in foreclosure. The only thing that saved him is he was a veteran and they were not foreclosing on veterans. So that saved him from going into foreclosure. And then the bank let us short sell his house. So, okay, hold on. I'm making sure I don't have any comments before we jump into Propwire. Hold on. For that property mentioned, what was your exit strategy? Curious. Which one, Monica? Which one? The 570
Yeah, the one you just spoke about. I'm just curious, did you list it? Like, what was the exit
So we
strategy?
had to list it for sure.
Okay.
It was short sale, listed it. The buyer was so patient. Y'all, that deal took so long. But the buyer ended up in the long end. I mean, they got a great deal. The house was really worth $495, $500, and the bank took $350 for it. I said, okay,
Awesome.
I know.
Thank
And
you.
that's
Thank
why I'm absolutely. How low can you go with the bank? Y'all better play limbo. I keep telling you, don't be afraid to negotiate with the bank.
So Ashley, how much did he get in his pocket when he did the short sale?
$0.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
$0. It does the short
Mm.
sale only saves. I don't even say it saved their credit, but it saves them from having a completed foreclosure on it.
Yeah.
He didn't get any money. The bank paid 6% commission to the real estate agents.
That
So,
part.
but the homeowner, and that's the thing with short sales, a lot of homeowners are like, well, what am I gonna? But I mean, sometimes you can negotiate a little money if the bank is lenient and will give them a little money. You can negotiate that sometimes, but no, it's just basically to get up. He didn't go into foreclosure. The bank got a little bit of money, and
Mm.
boom, that was it. You know what I mean?
Hello,
Yes, I'm here.
Marcus from Detroit. How you doing?
I'm good, Marcus.
Great. Yeah, I went to 3 banks actually and asked them for REO. And
What they say?
Huntington Bank, they said they don't have a list. Went to Huntington Bank, I went to my credit union, I went to another bank, and I was like, well,
They-
so I went to the bank. That's why I'm on here, because it's like they say they didn't
They
have one. It's
don't,
like
yeah. It's hard. I know a lot of people say back
okay.
during the last crash, like 2008, 2009, you could walk into a bank and ask for their foreclosure list. Now they're like safeguarded. Now they'll say, well, wait till it goes on the market or try like the REO sites. Now
Okay.
banks aren't, let me say this.
They don't,
They probably, if we not,
right.
hedge funds buying notes and stuff, then they're
Okay.
not gonna talk to us, right?
Okay.
But because we the little people down here. Now, if we were buying huge lump sums of notes and all that, they might talk to you. But yeah, you gotta wait until it hits like HUD, Home Store, Home Path, Homes. They're REO sites at this point, right?
Okay, if I'm gonna go on some of the sites and kind of have no look. I went to 3 banks. I was like, okay, do I go
Yeah,
to
they
Oakland County, register deeds? I'm like, where do you, so
they're not gonna talk to you unless for bank owned, they probably not gonna talk to you like that. Just if you were a hedge fund on Wall Street, maybe if you had Black as your first name and Stone as your last name, they might fool with you then. You know what I mean? But
same thing. I need to take all the pictures off the wall if I want to sell my house for more. We got it.
I was referring to if you were a hedge fund named Blackstone, but
Oh, okay. I thought I thought we was
I know which
I thought it was
direction
a accelerated
you're going in.
program. I thought, just a high. Okay.
No, I
okay.
know where you was going, right, but yeah. So no,
Even because they say SBA, they said Huntington is the one of the number 1 banks, for SBA, right? So I went, that's why I banked there. I was like, okay, so I get
Yeah.
a loan if I need to. But anyway, okay.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
absolutely. Who's responsible for the difference of the short sale? The bank. Look, at a short sale, you were just offering. A short sale means you owe them $400 and then they're gonna give you, and then you're gonna short them. The house is worth the loan is for 400, but I got an offer for 350. You're gonna take it and you just gonna have to write off the rest of it, right? Whatever happens to the rest of it is not my business. That's the bank's business. So the bank is responsible for the difference, Charles. You know what I mean? We gonna mind our own business. If they taking less, that's what we gonna give them. What happens if the mortgage is current, but the owner owes several years property taxes, right? Mortgage that does not have it, mortgage is current, but the owner owes several years. So maybe it'll go for tax sale. You know what I mean? Maria, is that what you're asking me? Current mortgage is current, but they owe taxes. So the tax is not included in the mortgage, I guess?
There's no escrow account, correct?
Yeah. Is it up for tax sale? Like is it?
Can that happen though? That's what I'm wanting to know. So
Yeah.
if they have So I came across a house. I'm a realtor.
Yeah.
They haven't paid taxes since 1996. But
Wow.
yeah, and they still have a mortgage on it. It's weird.
So, okay, now look, wow, first of all, they ain't paying taxes. Okay. Since 96.
Yes.
Okay, let me stay on track. Ashley, stay focused, right? Let me mind my own business. But the only thing I would think is like, at this point, you would have think it would already went up for tax sale or
Yes, the house is worth like 500,000, but
yeah.
the debt is like 146,000.
So is it up for tax sale or anything like that or no?
Oh, that's crazy. No, it just says it's past due.
I don't know. Look, you got a unicorn. I don't, you know what? Oh, I don't think, is she talking to us or no? You talking to us? No, okay. I think they came off of mute unless they didn't mean to. I don't know.
Are they veterans?
I don't know.
Marie, are they veterans?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that. But
I don't
They should
know.
have impounded it though, right?
they should have. That's why I'm like scratching my head like
Like they didn't slip through the cracks over there or something. I
because
don't,
I saw this other house where it's only 3 years and they're in a lawsuit right now.
wow. I don't know. I'm surprised it hadn't gone up to a tax sale because you know, y'all know with tax sales and that kind of stuff, you can buy a property for just the taxes and it will clear that mortgage, right? It'll release the mortgage, but I mean, they're not even, I don't know, Maria, you gotta, are they trying to sell it? Are you trying to help them sell it? You trying to buy it? What you trying to do, Maria?
No, yeah, I'm gonna sell it for them, but I just don't. I'm gonna go to the county Monday tomorrow.
And see what
Or
you need, because I mean, if they sell it, then of course, you know, them taxes coming out as soon as they run title and all that kind of, I mean, that's
Right.
absolutely coming out of their proceeds. And the
Right.
court's probably gonna be like, how we skip over them? You should have been up for tax sale. But
And I'm hesitant to go to the county because I'll basically be like snitching on them rather than
true,
Wait, what state is this?
in Texas.
Texas.
They're 3-year state, right? From
Yeah,
Texas?
3 to
Okay.
4 years, yeah. But this one's 1996.
1996. I was
They must have diplomatic immunity or something crazy.
I don't know.
That
that's
doesn't make sense.
crazy. I
You
don't
know what? I'm sorry. I was trying to mute, but that happened to me with my grandparents' house.
know.
It hadn't been paid. We owed 40,000 in taxes, but a broker told me that the house, because it was homestead, they couldn't touch it for the taxes. So I don't know about Texas, but I'm in California, and we were like 40,000 back taxes, and it still was not up for sale. But it did come out of the proceeds when we
Yeah.
sold.
They said they
Yeah.
to one way or the
That would
other.
make sense.
If they sell for sure, it's gonna come out of that. So I guess I mean still sell it. I mean, the title company will see that as soon as they pull that. But just let them, you know what I mean. You know, Maria, if you're an agent, just say that's you about to be 100,000 short. You're going to have to pay them taxes. So
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, for nothing, because I really didn't help you, but you know what I'm saying. You already knew, but
Well, another question I had for you is
yeah,
you started into tax liens to seeing how you can get into that.
yeah.
And this literally sparked that curiosity in me. I want to know more about that stuff because those are gonna be motivated sellers.
Yeah, tax liens and tax deeds. If you follow me, I said Shelby County here in Memphis, we are a tax deed county, state. We don't do tax liens. Do y'all know the difference between tax deeds and tax liens? Yes or no? Do I need to explain it before I go into detail? Y'all know the difference between it? Tax deed and tax liens. Yes.
Explain, please.
So tax deed class, tax deeds and tax liens. So we all know properties go up for tax sale because the homeowner did not pay their taxes. They're behind on their taxes. So some states are tax deed states, some states are tax lien states. Tax deed means that you are bidding, when you pay their past due taxes, you are bidding on the house itself, the deed to the house. If you pay it and win, you get the deed, you get the house. If it's a tax lien auction or sale, you are bidding on a certificate, basically. You are going to pay their taxes off. They're going to give you a certificate that can collect interest. Depending on where you live, you can collect like 38% interest, depending on where you live. So some people use tax lien as just a little investment to collect some money. So tax liens, you pay off the taxes, you get a certificate, there's a redemption period. So if they don't come back within a certain amount of time, this tax lien turns into a deed and you get the house. Okay, so tax deed sales, you're bidding directly for the house. Tax liens, you're bidding on this certificate. Basically, you pay off the taxes, collect some interest. If they come back, you get your money plus some interest. If they don't come back, you get the house. Good, quick explanation for y'all. Okay, so what was why did I answer that question? Did somebody ask me something?
Talking about Memphis or Shelby County, which
Shelby County. Thank you, Gary, because y'all know I get off. So yes, so Shelby County is a tax deed. First of all, y'all didn't tell me they bid up tax deeds like it's a foreclosure auction, first of all. So I had my eye on some properties. Let's so in case y'all don't know. Now this is just us. We're in Shelby County, but we bid on Zeus auction.com. That is the bidding place that we go to. It covers, let me show you real quick, a lot of other counties, right? You can come in here and select. There's Indiana Sheriff's Sale, Montgomery County, Tippecanoe County. Zeus auction is a bidding tax lien, tax deed platform. Okay, it might not have yours, it might have yours. Wabash County, Howard County, boom. That's a good site. You can go in here, you bid when registration opens, you bid on the property. Whoop, there it is. Parcel Dream. Yep. ParcelDream.com is another tax lien, tax deed, auction, and foreclosure property sites. Parcel Dream. Here in Shelby County, they announced the auctions 30 days. They announced the properties 30 days before the auction. Parcel Dream had it like 2 months. They had the whole list already. I was like, how'd they get the list? So I went on here and I could see the list of tax properties that were coming up. Parcel Dream probably has all of your city, states, wherever it is. But they do, you know, you can see deeds, liens, certificates, auctions, boom, 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 boom. ParcelDream.com. Go on here, look around, see other, because you know you can bid on deeds and liens in other counties. You don't have to live in the place where the, like, especially if you're bidding on liens, pay those taxes, collect interest on it, boom. And a lot of people like tax liens and deeds because the entry point is less than me foreclosure sales. It's just the past due taxes instead of the whole mortgage, basically. So, boom, I hope that helps. Maria, I hope that helps too, for you to check out those sites, you know. They do make you register and all that kind of stuff. And when you want to bid, you don't have to register to just look, you know what I mean? Cool. So I hope that helps. I didn't mean to pause my screen share. Okay, did that make sense, everybody? Everything is everything. What about Regina, Gary, Indiana? What about Gary, Indiana, Regina? You're welcome, you guys. Am I supposed to be going over Propwire real quick with y'all? Is that what y'all want to see?
I was asking, was it a tax lien or tax deed?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good I don't know. Hold on. I think I have a tax resource for y'all. It comes in my auction accelerator if y'all Need to know taxes. Let me see. I'll share that with you. And it gives you your county's tax site. And you can go on there and see if it's tax liens, tax deeds, probably. I'll find that for you and I will drop that in the chat so y'all can see it.
Thank
Boom.
you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, you guys, we're going to do Propwire and then we can all go to sleep. Is that what we're going to do tonight, you guys? Yes? Yes. All right. All right, you guys, let's, because I know it's 10:15 on the East Coast, on the West Coast. What y'all doing sunrise yoga over there on the East Coast right now? I mean, on the West Coast? We don't need no sleep. Okay, Paula. I guess if you get sleepy, you guys, what do I always say? Just put the phone like right next to your pillow and I'll try to talk in a softer voice or something and y'all just listen with your ears and not with your eyes. You know what I mean? So, Propwire, first of all, Indiana is a tax lien state. Thank you, Tony. Propwire, what is it? It is a site that is free, first of all, unless you want to skip trace. Propwire.com. Okay, so let's talk about this class. Propwire, for those of you looking for pre-foreclosures, bank-owned, airship, probate. Let me just show you. I can tell you better than I can show you better than I can tell you, right? So, because y'all are like, I don't have pre-foreclosures where I live. There's no foreclosure where I live. There are. So let's just do Chi-Town because y'all know I was born in Chicago.
Actually, about Chicago.
You know it. Let's do Chicago because that's where I was born. So first of all, I always say this. You can see the tab. First of all, the website is propwire.com. It is free unless you want to skip trace. It is free unless you want to skip trace. And then it is 10 cents. What is skip trace? That means you want that homeowner's information. You want their phone number. You want their email address. It costs 10 cents to skip trace. Boom. So if you are an investor, new investor, old investor, it doesn't matter. In Propwire, you can put an address in, a particular address. If you are driving for dollars and you see a house and the grass is grown up, the windows are boarded up, you can tell nobody lives there, you can write that address down and you come home and you put that address in Propwire. Okay, and you can reach out to that homeowner. You can put a city, you can put a county, you can put a state, you can put a zip code. I always challenge people to put their own zip code in it and see which one of your neighbors are in foreclosure, right? No wonder Mr. Johnson grass has grown up. He is probably in foreclosure. So let's do Cook County. So like I said, you can do a city. I don't care where you live. Chicago, Illinois. Boom. I'm going to come over here to lead types. And I can filter it by absentee owners, adjustable loans, assumable, auctions, bank-owned, bankruptcies. Oh, they just changed that. They just added that. You got to pay for that. Cash buyers, divorce. You got to pay for divorce. Empty nesters, flipped, free and clear, high equity, intra-family. Boom, 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 boom. Out of state, pre-probates, pre-foreclosures, tired landlords, vacant. So I would click on pre-foreclosures, right? Boom. And if you watch, y'all's faces are in it. It narrowed it down to 2,544 pre-foreclosures in Cook County. I can filter it even more by single family, condo, multifamily, 5+, mobile homes. Boom. So let's say we're looking for a multifamily in Chicago. Oh, they only gave me 2, so we ain't got a whole bunch. That's what I get for trying to do too much. Let's do single family. We've got 1,619 properties in Chicago, Illinois that are in pre-foreclosure. And then I can go through here and it shows me all the properties that are in pre-foreclosure in Chicago, right? And I can click on it. I can see there's the house. It's an assumable loan, high equity, pre-foreclosure. They bought it in 2016. Do not take this for gold. It will give you a good idea, but do not take this information for gold. They got a second mortgage on it last year. I see that. You can scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Get to foreclosure information. Remember where I told you to find the trustees and the foreclosure attorneys? If you scroll down, boom, there's another one. Caudilis and Associates.
Billis, actually know them. I
Do
work with
you?
that attorney. Yeah.
Boom, there we go. So that's another way if you're looking for foreclosure attorneys and trustees, Propwire, pre-foreclosures, scroll down, find this person, find out who the attorney is. Remember, put them in Google, see if they post their foreclosures. But, and then, okay, so let me keep showing you. If I'm gonna give you a tutorial, let me tutorial you. Owner, if you are Aurelia, whatever her name is, Papaka, I'm sorry. If you are on this live, I'm sorry if this is you in your house. But you can click on skip trace and it's going to give me her age, phone number, and email. And if I really like her house, I'm going to call her. And that's what I would do. And you can go through and look at all the houses that are in pre-foreclosure. There's another one in Chicago. These are a whole list. And you click through it. Boom. If you like it, you can skip trace them and reach out to them. Boom. Does that make sense to everybody? Vacant homes, negative equity, pre-foreclosure, they all of them. Zombie property. They got a lot going on over there. So that is Propwire owner. You can look at comps. You can look at the history of the house, when they bought it, who bought it, the market, all that kind of stuff. So when y'all are like, there's no foreclosures, go and put your own zip code in it and see if somebody in your area is not in foreclosure, right? And again, it doesn't have to be foreclosure. It could be vacant homes, tired landlords, zombie properties. But that is how you use Propwire. And so what I would do is I would probably click on here, make a whole list.
Question, Ashley.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Is that negative 46 equity? That's possible?
Yeah, you know, if they upside down, it's possible for to have some negative equity if they upside down.
46%?
Hold on, I didn't see it. Hold on. Was it this one? No, I think it was the next one.
No, it was down.
This one, negative equity.
Yeah, and the other one just said 172.
So, okay, so I know a lot of times on Propwire, it'll be like free and clear and then pre-foreclosure. And y'all are like, how is it free and clear and pre-foreclosure? Do not take Propwire for gold. If it's showing pre-foreclosure, it's probably a lien on it somewhere on title. And maybe Propwire is not pulling it yet, but it's probably a lien somewhere on it if it's in foreclosure. Now, negative equity, what is it? Original loan amount was $235. It's valued at $187. And again, I've heard people say these numbers can be wrong, right? One guy said he had like multiple properties and they had all of his properties lumped together on one property. So don't take it as gold, right? Negative 46%. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. 187 is the value. Maybe they got another loan. Yep.
Could negative equity come from like cash out refis?
That's what I was gonna say. If they got a second mortgage sitting out there somewhere, or a second or third somewhere. Let's see if I can look at the history and see if they got some loans, because people will refi to death and then leaves you upside down. So that might be it. And maybe we can't see it, but they probably got some loans sitting up there. I see a first and second. They might have a third and fourth somewhere. So you determine if you want to reach out to them. They had 2 bed, 1 bath. You know what I mean? But you go through and you can make a list of all the ones that you want. If the list is good, what I do is here's my list. I would save it to a list, and here's all the properties that you saved or you bookmarked. You can save them to one list. I would save it to a list. Y'all are about to see all my lists that I have. And so I would be like, this is Chicago pre-foreclosure, whatever you want to say. What's today? February 8th. Boom. Save it. View my lists. Y'all see I got a lot of lists. And then here it is. And then if you click on all of them and hit skip trace, it will skip trace all of them for you. And then you can do whatever you want with that information that they give you. You can cold call them. You can send them a letter. You can send a message in a bottle. You can send a dove with you can send them a telegram, whatever you want to send them. that's what you can send them to reach out and see if they might want to sell their property before it go up for auction. Y'all follow me? Y'all putting down
Yes.
picking up what I'm putting down?
Yes, ma'am.
One more question, Ashley. So
I'm here.
you're not, well, because
Talk to
because you're not addressing well, I guess you would skip trace for the name that you're addressing to, because you said that you're not putting their name on the letter. It's just like a dummy letter.
Yep.
So you
You're
don't
right.
need the skip trace, right?
No, so for letters, I don't need to skip trace, right? If I'm just mailing, all I need is what? Their name and their address. That's all I need. If I'm skip tracing. Now, if I'm cold calling, I need their phone number. So
Okay.
that's why I would skip trace. If I'm cold calling, if I'm text messaging them, something like that, to where I need their phone number, then I would skip trace them, right? You follow?
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
Hello, Ashley. I think I bought that package with the templates. I think I just purchased that not too long ago.
Yep, which one you get?
I have to look it up.
It's
I
okay.
think
It's
it was like
okay.
$30.
I
It
think
was
it's okay.
$19. It was $19.
I think all my bundles are $19.
Oh, okay.
Might have been
Okay.
the
It said
foreclosure.
templates if you need to write somebody, templates
Yep.
for that, templates for if you need to do that. I
Yep.
haven't even opened it yet because I've been kind of busy, but in Michigan, where's the auction starts when in Michigan? Like I know you said you have like a
Let's look, Marcus, let us take a look. If I was looking for an auction in my area, I would hop right on auction.com.
auction.com.
Yep,
Okay.
put in your area and see when the next auction is. I am your auction mama, you guys. I would like if y'all would just go to an auction sometime and just see how it is. You don't have to bid.
I've
Just
been to one. Yeah.
Yeah, they're open to the public. You don't have to register. If you don't got no money, just keep your mouth shut. But you can go and see other investors. If you're trying to wholesale properties and you need some buyers, the auction is a great place to find some buyers for your properties.
Okay.
Wink, wink.
So what do you say about Michigan? Let me see.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I know you're busy. So I'll just,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So you said Michigan.
Michigan, the whole state. You got me a city you want me to look at?
It's Oakland County.
Oakland County.
Just put Oakland County.
Oakland
Okay.
County, Michigan. There we go. If we're looking for auctions in Oakland County, Michigan, I'm going to go over here to foreclosure homes because that's an auction. And it
Okay,
looks like y'all have them February 11th. This is for everybody. If you're on here looking for an auction, make sure to click on it. Let me give you a couple little tips. And make sure you note the location. Okay, once you click on the house, look over here and it'll tell you. So theirs is at Oakland County Courthouse on the first floor.
Right.
Sometimes they will do them at hotels. Auction.com will usually rent out a conference room in a hotel that's downtown. Here they do it at the Comfort Inn. I'm at the courthouse. So just note where the location is if you're going to an auction. Okay, everybody. So whenever you find your city, click see, so you're not standing at the wrong place looking like little Daryl. You know what I mean? So
Great. Now you
make
say you're
sure-
located in Tennessee, right?
I'm in Tennessee. Yeah. So
See, I got a cousin in Tennessee. So what I want to try to do, if it's possible, like when you come across some properties and nobody's bidding on it, I'm gonna contact him tomorrow. And I'm gonna say, hey, Ashley, like get down. I'm giving some money so you can come down and buy some property.
okay, there you go. Look at you. You so funny. You like, I'm coming to Tennessee. Come bam, y'all. Right now my auctions have been, here's a site I forgot to share with y'all that I always share. MK Consultants. I auction for them a lot of times.
Okay.
Trustee sales, you guys. I'll drop it in the chat. MK Consultants is a great. So what people love about this site is you can see what property sold for in the past, right? If you had your eye on a property at the auction, you didn't get to go, it'll show if it's sold. And it's every week, every single week. So this is last week. Georgia had a big auction week last week. Remember, first Tuesday of the month. So you can come on here and you can see if auctions have been postponed, if they've been canceled. Let me show you how to read this.
Okay.
If these two numbers, Marcus over there thinking I'm talking to him. Marcus like, okay. Oh,
You said what?
I said, I hear you over there. Every time I click on something, you're like, okay, okay.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
So you can look at this. Now, it does not have everybody's, but so like last week was the first Tuesday of the month. So Georgia, bunch of Georgia auctions. This is the opening bid right here. This is if it's sold. I always tell y'all this. If this number and this number are the same, it did not sell. It reverted back to the bank. I'm looking at this list right now, and a whole bunch of them reverted back to the bank. This was the CXL means canceled. PP means postponed to April 3rd, 2025. This reverted back to the bank. So when y'all are like, are REOs coming? They coming because they ain't selling at the auction. Those opening bids are probably too high. Didn't sell. Did any-
Question.
I'm here.
So I have a guy.
Mhm.
I was trying to sell his property, but he's a little delusional.
Mhm.
So April 15th, his house is set to go to auction.
Mhm.
In what case do they, well, I guess you said if the opening bid is too high, then it's possible his stuff might be postponed, huh?
Or it will revert back to the bank if it's too high. I mean, if the opening bid is too high for an investor to buy it and nobody buys it at auction, it could go back, it'll revert back to the bank and become an REO.
Okay, because I know for a fact, I saw pictures, I know there's damage, so he told me he had a desktop appraisal for like 6 something, and I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, everything you tell me wrong with your house, and I haven't even seen it, I know you're not getting 6 something for it.
Right. So is he trying to sell it for 6 something or?
No, so yeah, so he really don't want to sell it. He was trying to get me to find an investor who would buy it and let him rent it. But I'm like, you're
Mhm.
in foreclosure. My investor, how you gonna pay him? You're in
Right.
foreclosure. You know,
Right.
so I don't know. I was trying to, talk him into allowing me to list it so I can
Right.
market it to 203K buyers versus an
Right.
investor.
Right.
But it's just no matter how many things I kind of put at him, he's just, I don't know, he's older, he's been there 30 years, and mentally he can't fathom the idea that this is actually real. This is happening. Your house is on auction.
Wait him out. Wait him out. Wait him out. When you got an auction staring at you in April and this is February, you still delusional. You're still like, I can save it. I can come up with the money. We can work this out. We can work this out. When it's the end of March and you have an auction staring you in your face in a week, then that usually brings people back to their senses. Like, oh, my house is going up for auction. Let me try to work something out. It's too early. He got too much time. He got too much time on his hands. So
Okay.
just stay in touch. Just wait.
Yeah, I've been sending him messages.
Yep. Just
He
stay in touch.
owes get it back. He's at like 150. So anybody who would to get it back, he would
Yeah.
have to get 150 from them.
Wait them out. When that auction is too far in the distance, it's not, it's not there yet. But when it's staring you in your face in about 2 weeks and investors are knocking on your door and driving by real slow and everything, then it's like, oh, let me come on back to reality. I'm about to lose my house. So just wait them out. Give them reach out maybe a month, just check in and then, see. But sometimes you got to wait them out.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Any more questions, you guys? I showed y'all this site. Y'all got any more questions for me? Because if you can have it your way, if this was Burger King and y'all could have it your way, we would be on this video all night. This is like a telethon. Y'all would turn this into a telethon. And this is not a lock-in. We're not having a sleepover. That's not what we're doing tonight. So are there any more questions, you guys? Y'all got any more questions that y'all want me to answer now that you have me? We do have my attention. Let me go over here to this chat because I'm missing.
I have a question.
Yes, I'm here.
I get leads from a trust not a trust. It's a notice of default, but the leads come to me from a title company.
Mm-hmm.
What should I do with those?
You put them in Propwire and skip trace them and see if they want to sell their house?
Well, he told me that all the addresses are good and the phone numbers are good, but just to check them if they're not on the do not call list.
Mm-hmm.
So do I still need to go over to Propwire to do that kind of due diligence?
I mean, you
on
could,
them?
they didn't, so what you're telling me is somebody has given you a whole list of
Mhm.
people and their
Mhm.
addresses and their names and their phone numbers.
And
You
email
asking me what
address.
to do, and you're asking me what to do with it.
Yeah. I know.
You asking the auction mama what to do with a list of people who in foreclosure are about to lose their house, and you got
She
their
can give them to me. She
Right.
can give them to me. I'll
Give me the
take them.
list. I'll call them.
I'm gonna send you my email address.
Yeah, I'm
forgot
new,
who you
so
was
I
talking
didn't
to.
know.
You
I
forgot.
didn't know what to do.
You forgot
I'm
who
new
you was
to it.
talking to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What city are you in? What state you in?
It's in Arizona, but I'm in California.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
It sounds like you sitting on a whole.
Well, if you need
I for months he been
English
sending them to me for
help,
months.
You know what I mean?
I'm
It
in a
sounds.
totally different time zone. I'll help you call.
You know what I mean?
Thank
I was
you.
just
Sound
about
like.
to say, I help call.
I'll put my
Thank you.
email in the chat.
Okay. Thank you guys.
I think that was a little motivation that you needed. You know what I mean? If you, and I mean, and let me say this, if you, everybody is cold calling, and if you've been following me for any amount of time, I was not trying to cold call for a long time. And then I got over that and now I cold call, right? But if you don't want to cold, because that can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidating. Like people don't, because you be scared you're gonna get cursed out calling people. You know what I mean? If you don't want to, send them a letter. You know what I mean? You can do, all I'm saying is don't be sitting on a whole gold mine of people. Is all
Okay.
I'm saying.
Okay.
And not do nothing with it. Is all I'm saying. But maybe if cold calling your thing, send them a letter. You know what I mean? Send them a text message. You know what I mean? Send them a letter in a box. Send them a dove with a letter attached to it. I don't know. Send them something.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm
I
saying?
got your letters, so I will send them
Send it to them.
those.
I
Okay.
feel look, you got all the ingredients to make plenty of money, but you just see that's what I'm talking about. See? No.
Thank you.
What's the
Thank you
time frame?
guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You gonna
What's
say
the
we
time
call.
frame for when you mail letters out before?
So y'all know me and my process. I mail them as soon as their notice hits. As soon as they hit as soon as that public notice goes out, I am mailing them that day. So if like I tell y'all, if I time it correctly, they get their foreclosure notice and my letter the same day. And people are like, I just got my foreclosure notice and your letter. It's like you're like an angel. I'm like, I know. Who knew? Who knew that I knew to mail you on the same day your foreclosure notice went out? So, and the foreclosure notices go out 30 days before their auction. So I hit them with the letter. I hit them every single week, all the way up until their auction. You guys, that is what I do. How do
Can
you
you call them as well?
I do all of it. I do all of it. I sure do. And if I can call them as soon as that notice goes out, I usually call them before anybody else gets to them. Like I said, I send a letter as soon as that notice hits the public, right? So they haven't even gotten the notice a lot of times. So I'm calling like, you have an auction scheduled. And they're like, I didn't know I had an auction scheduled. Yes, you do. Boom. I'm calling them, boom, as soon as it comes out. Oh,
Okay.
thank you, RJ. Yes. So to answer your question, yes. Really enjoyed it. And yes, I look good. I'm so glad y'all learned something. I hope y'all learned something from me chattering as
I
much.
got another question, Ashley.
Do you? Tell me what it is.
My question is, I host Roseanne Real Estate. We call it Money Making Monday every Monday from 6
Yeah.
to 7 Central Standard Time. And I was wondering if you would grace my community and teach them some of your good educational.
Sure, of course I will, since you asked so nicely. Yes.
Thank you.
Shoot me an email. Shoot me an email. Monday from 6 to 7, right? Is that what you said? Monday, 6
Anytime, yep. I'll send you
Okay.
the available dates that's available.
Yeah,
that
shoot me an email. Yeah. I got you. You're welcome. Good night. You're welcome, you guys. I know half y'all, it's 10:30 on the East Coast, you guys. I know we're all not doing yoga and having brunch on the West Coast. I know on California, what y'all doing over there. Y'all just waking up. But
I'm gonna get homemade ice cream while I'm talking. So I better be up already. So
y'all are welcome. You're welcome. All the links, the letters, all I can say is, you guys, is do something, right? I love that y'all come to my masterclass. I love that you support me. Do something, right? Do something. I will tell you that the foreclosures are coming for sure, right? So, like the last housing downturn, I was 21, right? So I didn't really get to capitalize on the last housing crash. I'm not saying the market is crashing. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying the opportunities are coming here in the next couple months and years, you guys. I mean, all you got to do is look at the news and see how many people keep getting laid off. And that's another thing. Turn off the news sometimes, y'all, because your anxiety will be through the roof watching the news, you guys. So,
All right. Yep.
all I'm saying is, opportunity is coming and you don't want to be the person that's like, I missed it this time too. So, you're welcome, you guys. Absolutely. And yes, I cannot emphasize that enough, you guys. Lead with love. And I was telling the mentorship the other night, like, I see the foreclosures coming. And I remember what it was like when they came last time, right? Y'all, I tell y'all all the time, like, my voicemail used to be full of people crying. Like, I would check my voicemail and people would just be, I'm about to lose my home. Like, I had one lady crying. She was like, me and my baby are about to be homeless. Like, you guys, it's not for everybody. Like, a lot of people don't even have the compassion to deal with people who are in foreclosure because it's a whole different kind of ball game, to be honest, or the patience or the demeanor, disposition to deal with them. So if you're getting into dealing with people in foreclosure, just lead with love, you guys. Lead with love is what I would say for sure. No, Maria, I keep telling you, Maria, I ain't scrubbing nothing. I'm not scrubbing the numbers. I'm not selling nothing to them. I'm just offering my assistance. My motto is I ask for forgiveness and not permission. So if I mail a letter to somebody and they already on the market with an agent, all I'm going to say is my bad, right? My bad. I reach out to everybody in foreclosure. I'm not trying to step on toes. If you were already on the market with an agent, my bad, right? So it is what it is. I'm out here doing community service. I'm just kidding. I ain't doing no, but I am doing the service of the community of service. So you guys, y'all got anything else? Because baby, y'all be on here. We're gonna talk all night. All night. Can we all agree that we're going to bed? Can we all agree to Can we all agree that we getting off of here right now?
Yes.
Yes.
It's still a whole bunch of y'all on here. So y'all have all the links, right? All the links. If you need the letters, if you want to join the mentorship, you got until, let me tell y'all this really quickly, and then I'm gonna get off. The mentorship is gonna start on the 19th, February 19th, you guys, and it's gonna run for probably 6 weeks, right? It will at least be 5. It might be 6. The only reason I'm saying it might be 6 is one of those weeks is my daughter's spring break. I do not think we're going anywhere, but if we do, I always make, if you know me, I always make up for it more than enough. I always add an extra session and all that kind of stuff. There's the link for the mentorship, but that's how it should run all the way through March, you guys. And you give me every Wednesday, we go over scripts, we go over every single thing in the mentorship, you guys. That's all I got, you guys. That's it. That's it. Can I hang up? Can we hang up on 3? Like when we
Yes.
like
1, 2, 3.
Ashley, is Wednesday it for us?
Anthony, I knew that was you and your voice over there. I knew that was you. I always invite, if you've ever been in my mentorship, I always invite you back to the next mentorship. So Anthony, you just might get an invite to the next mentorship. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I
So,
promise I won't ask too many questions.
I don't even believe you, but that's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
Yes, so the mentorship, if you ever miss, I see the question. If you ever miss a session, you always get the replay. It is lifetime access. You guys, you
Okay.
get mentorship. You get
Cool.
all the letters, all the templates, you get everything comes with it. You guys, you get all mine. Your agent Ashley at gmail.com. Your agent Ashley. Somebody was like, what's your email? Your agent Ashley at gmail.com.
It's a great mentorship for anybody who doesn't
Thanks,
know.
Anthony.
It is awesome.
Thanks,
Yes.
Anthony. Anthony's only saying that because we cold called last week and they had me hemmed up all day on Thursday on a cold call, and we had to call the bank with the homeowner. So they got to hear all that whole spill during
Miss
the
Edna.
mentorship.
Miss Edna.
Yeah, Miss Ed. So talking to the bank. So yeah, they be having me hemmed up. But okay, y'all. I know like when you're 15, what do I do, Camilla, on YouTube where I'm like, no, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. Right? We all gonna hang up on 3. You guys. Okay. Bye, you guys. Goodbye. 1,
Night.
Good night.
2, 3.
Good night.
Guys.
Good night.